Charlie Root went to his grave insisting there was no called shot. For It Happened in Baseball, I'm Mick Kern.
SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio is the place for expert advice, strategy, and information from the best fantasy sports analysis to win your league. Plus, hear pick-by-pick coverage of live drafts and interviews with top players, coaches, and team executives on SiriusXM 87.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM sports schedule for Saturday, March the 29th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In Major League Baseball, 4:10 p.m., Tampa Bay Rays face the Colorado Rockies. Rays on Sirius 119, XM 183, and Internet 866. Rockies on Internet 849. 4:10 p.m., Kansas City Royals take on the Cleveland Guardians. Royals on Sirius 94, XM 181, and Internet 852. Guardians on Internet 848. 4:10 p.m., Miami Marlins face the Pittsburgh Pirates. Marlins on Sirius 98, XM 182, and Internet 855. Pirates on Internet 861. 4:10 p.m., Cincinnati Reds face the San Francisco Giants. Reds on Sirius 111, XM 180, and Internet 847. Giants on Internet 863. 7:05 p.m., Texas Rangers take on the Boston Red Sox. Rangers on Sirius 132, XM 184, and Internet 867. Red Sox on Internet 844. Spanish Feed on Internet 870. 7:15 p.m., San Diego Padres take on the Atlanta Braves. Padres on Sirius 106, XM 175, and Internet 862. Braves on Internet 842. 7:15 p.m., Houston Astros take on the New York Mets. Astros on Sirius 146, XM 185, and Internet 851. Mets on Internet 858. 8:10 p.m., Arizona Diamondbacks take on the Chicago Cubs. Diamondbacks on Sirius 162, XM 176, and Internet 840. Cubs on Internet 845. 9:10 p.m., LA Dodgers take on the Detroit Tigers. Dodgers on Sirius and XM channels 89, Internet 854, Tigers on Internet 850, Spanish Feed on Sirius 137, XM 177, and Internet 871. 9:40 p.m., Seattle Mariners take on the A's. Mariners on Sirius 113, XM 178, and Internet 864, A's on Internet 841. In the NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Championship game, 3 p.m., Nova Southeastern faces Cal State Dominguez on Sirius XM and Internet channels 81. In NCAA College Baseball, 4 p.m., Georgia takes on Auburn on XM and Internet 374. 4 p.m., Georgia Tech faces Clemson on XM and Internet 371. In the NASCAR Xfinity Series starting at 4:30 p.m., catch full coverage of the Marine Corps 250 on Sirius XM and Internet channels 90. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Saturday, March the 29th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In Major League Baseball, 4:10 p.m., Tampa Bay Rays face the Colorado Rockies. Rays on Sirius 119, XM 183, and Internet 866. Rockies on Internet 849. 4:10 p.m., Kansas City Royals take on the Cleveland Guardians. Royals on Sirius 94, XM 181, and Internet 852. Guardians on Internet 848. 4:10 p.m., Miami Marlins face the Pittsburgh Pirates. Marlins on Sirius 98, XM 182, and Internet 855. Pirates on Internet 861. 4:10 p.m., Cincinnati Reds face the San Francisco Giants. Reds on Sirius 111, XM 180, and Internet 847. Giants on Internet 863. 7:05 p.m., Texas Rangers take on the Boston Red Sox. Rangers on Sirius 132, XM 184, and Internet 867. Red Sox on Internet 844. Spanish Feed on Internet 870. 7:15 p.m., San Diego Padres take on the Atlanta Braves. Padres on Sirius 106, XM 175, and Internet 862. Braves on Internet 842. 7:15 p.m., Houston Astros take on the New York Mets. Astros on Sirius 146, XM 185, and Internet 851. Mets on Internet 858. 8:10 p.m., Arizona Diamondbacks take on the Chicago Cubs. Diamondbacks on Sirius 162, XM 176, and Internet 840. Cubs on Internet 845. 9:10 p.m., LA Dodgers take on the Detroit Tigers. Dodgers on Sirius and XM channels 89, Internet 854, Tigers on Internet 850, Spanish Feed on Sirius 137, XM 177, and Internet 871. 9:40 p.m., Seattle Mariners take on the A's. Mariners on Sirius 113, XM 178, and Internet 864, A's on Internet 841.
Get the latest news, opinion, and analysis from MMA to boxing and the professional wrestling world 24/7. SiriusXM Fight Nation, SiriusXM 156, and the SXM app.
For SiriusXM Sports, I'm Ryan Payton. When Secretariat began preparing for his 2-year-old season back in 1972, his connections were not too thrilled with what they had. He was described more as a clumsy and lazy horse than the dominant thoroughbred he would become. In his first race, he finished 4th, the worst result of his career. After winning an allowance race at Saratoga, he went on to win 5 stakes races with jockey Ron Turcotte. His year was so brilliant, he won the American Horse of the Year. His 3-year-old season, however, would be far more spectacular. It began with 2 straight stakes wins, then a hiccup at the Wood Memorial, placing 3rd heading into the Kentucky Derby. His performance there, though, was record-breaking. He became the first horse to complete the mile and a quarter track at Churchill Downs in under 2 minutes, a feat not repeated until 2001. Much of the same occurred at the Preakness, as he won by 2.5 lengths for his 2nd straight win. Only 4 horses competed at the Belmont, and none would come near to Secretariat that day. He won by 31 lengths in 2:24 flat, the fastest 1.5 miles ever over a dirt track. Secretariat won 4 of his last 6 races in his final win, coming at Woodbine Racetrack in Toronto. In all, he had 16 wins in just 21 starts. Secretariat, one of the best of all time. For SiriusXM Sports, I'm Ryan Payton.
Mad Dog Sports Radio has the best sports talk in the business, covering sports with a passion and knowledge you need. Mad Dog Sports Radio, SiriusXM 86, and the SXM app.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM Sports schedule for Saturday, March the 29th. All-time Internet 960. On the women's side of March Madness, 3:30 p.m., Texas faces Tennessee on Sirius 210 XM 203 and Internet 965. 5:30 p.m., USC faces Kansas State on Sirius 211 XM 204 and Internet 966. In MLS, 4:30 p.m., Colorado Rapids face Charlotte FC on Sirius XM and Internet channels 157. 7:30 p.m., Inter Miami takes on Philadelphia Union on Sirius XM and Internet channels 157 with a Spanish feed on Internet 1999. 10:30 p.m., LA Galaxy take on Orlando City SC on Sirius XM and Internet channels 157, Spanish feed on Internet 1999. In the NBA, 5 p.m., Orlando Magic take on the Sacramento Kings. Magic on Sirius XM channels 86, Internet 901, Kings on Internet 905. 7 p.m., Washington Wizards face the Brooklyn Nets. Wizards on Sirius 121, XM 212 and Internet 909, Nets on Internet 882. 7:30 p.m., Philadelphia 76ers face the Miami Heat. 76ers on Sirius 138, XM 213 and Internet 902, Heat on Internet 895. 8 p.m., Oklahoma City Thunder take on the Indiana Pacers. Thunder on Sirius XM channels 86, Internet 900, Pacers on Internet 891. 8 p.m., San Antonio Spurs face the Boston Celtics. Spurs on Sirius 139, XM 214 and Internet 906, Celtics on Internet 881. 8 p.m. Memphis Grizzlies face the LA Lakers. Grizzlies on Sirius 161, XM 216 and Internet 894, Lakers on Internet 893. 8 p.m. Chicago Bulls face the Dallas Mavericks. Bulls on Sirius 160, XM 215 and Internet 884, Mavericks on Internet 886. In the NHL, 4:30 p.m. Colorado Avalanche face the St. Louis Blues. Avalanche on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 926, Blues on Internet 944. 6 p.m. Minnesota Wild face the New Jersey Devils. Wild on XM 219, Internet 933, Devils on Internet 936. 6:30 p.m. Nashville Predators take on the Vegas Golden Knights. Predators on XM 220, Internet 935, Knights on Internet 949. 7 p.m. LA Kings face the Toronto Maple Leafs. Kings on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 932, Leafs on Internet 946. 7 p.m. Ottawa Senators take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Senators on Sirius XM channels 167, Internet 939, Blue Jackets on Internet 927. 8 p.m. Detroit Red Wings face the Boston Bruins. Red Wings on XM 221, Internet 929, Bruins on Internet 921. 10 p.m. Edmonton Oilers face the Calgary Flames. Oilers on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 930, Flames on Internet 923. 10:30 p.m. Seattle Kraken take on the Dallas Stars. Kraken on XM 220, Internet 943, Stars on Internet 928. 10:30 p.m. San Jose Sharks face the New York Rangers. Sharks on XM 219, Internet 942, Rangers on Internet 938. In the UFL at 4 p.m., Arlington Renegades take on the San Antonio Brahmas on Sirius XM and Internet channels 83. In the USL, 7 p.m., Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC take on Birmingham Legion FC on XM380 Internet 970. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Saturday, March the 29th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the March Madness tournament on the men's side, 6:09 p.m., Florida takes on Texas Tech on Sirius 209, XM 202, and Internet 964. 8:50 p.m., Duke takes on Alabama on Sirius 208, XM 201, and Internet 963. On the women's side of March Madness, 3:30 p.m., Texas faces Tennessee on Sirius 210, XM 203, and Internet 965. 5:30 p.m., USC faces Kansas State on Sirius 211, XM 204, and Internet 966.
MLB Network Radio is your home for 24/7 baseball talk, featuring on-site coverage of every major event from spring training through the World Series and expert analysis from former general managers and players. SiriusXM, Channel 89.
I'm Mick Kern with It Happened in Baseball, August 31st, 1990. It's part of baseball lore, playing catch with your father in the backyard. The Griffey family took that a few steps further. Ken Griffey had enjoyed a solid career as an outfielder on the Big Red Machine and later saw time with the Yankees, Braves, and Mariners. It was during that final stop in Seattle that Dad got to play ball with his son, Ken Griffey Jr., selected first overall in the 1987 amateur draft by the Mariners. Baseball history was made at the Kingdome in Seattle on that final day in August when father and son took to the field together, the first time that ever occurred in Major League Baseball. Griffey Sr. had been released by the Cincinnati Reds only 2 days earlier, and the Mariners jumped at the chance to bring him west. The father and son duo had an immediate impact on the game, both banging out hits in the first inning as Seattle went on to defeat the Kansas City Royals 5-2. Sr. began the game in left field, went 1 for 4 with a walk and a run scored. Jr. then in his second season in the big leagues,
And please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In Major League Baseball, 4:10 p.m., Tampa Bay Rays face the Colorado Rockies. Rays on Sirius 119, XM 183, and Internet 866. Sirius 94, XM 181, and Internet 852. Guardians on Internet 848. 4:10 p.m., Miami Marlins face the Pittsburgh Pirates. Marlins on Sirius 98, XM 182, and Internet 855. Pirates on Internet 861. 4:10 p.m., Cincinnati Reds face the San Francisco Giants. Reds on Sirius 111, XM 180, and Internet 847. Giants on Internet 863. 7:05 p.m., Texas Rangers take on the Boston Red Sox. Rangers on Sirius 132, XM 184, and Internet 867. Red Sox on Internet 844. Spanish Feed on Internet 870. 7:15 p.m., San Diego Padres take on the Atlanta Braves. Padres on Sirius 106, XM 175, and Internet 862. Braves on Internet 842. 7:15 p.m., Houston Astros take on the New York Mets. Astros on Sirius 146, XM 185, and Internet 851. Mets on Internet 858. 8:10 p.m., Arizona Diamondbacks take on the Chicago Cubs. Diamondbacks on Sirius 162, XM 176, and Internet 840. Cubs on Internet 845. 9:10 p.m., LA Dodgers take on the Detroit Tigers. Dodgers on Sirius and XM channels 89, Internet 854. Tigers on Internet 850. Spanish Feed on Sirius 137, XM 177, and Internet 871. 9:40 p.m., Seattle Mariners take on the A's. Mariners on Sirius 113, XM 178, and Internet 864. A's on Internet 841. In the NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Championship game, 3 p.m., Nova Southeastern faces Cal State Dominguez on Sirius XM and Internet channels 81. In NCAA College Baseball, 4 p.m., Georgia takes on Auburn on
If
It's the NCAA tournament. It's on Westwood 1.
It will be Grant Hill to make the pass. They're not going to guard Hill making the inbounds pass. Here's a high looper. There's Leitner. He turns. He shoots. It is good. Christian Leitner hits a turnaround 17-footer at the buzzer, and the Duke Blue Devils head to Minneapolis. My, oh my, oh my.
6.9 to go. In it comes to Ethan Morton. He's going to dribble this one out. And the second verse is the same as the first. UConn repeats as national champions.
Now it's time to head courtside for Westwood 1's exclusive coverage of the NCAA tournament.
We welcome you to the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey for exclusive regional final action of the 2025 Men's Basketball Championship. In the East region, the second-seeded Alabama Crimson Tide and the top-seeded Duke Blue Devils with a spot in the Final Four on the line. Tonight's broadcast of the NCAA tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network is sponsored by AutoZone, by Cintas, by Granger, by Pluto TV, by Kohl's, by Progressive Insurance, and by NCAA.com. Hi, everybody. I'm Scott Graham, along with former Notre Dame forward Jordan Cornette. Jason Horowitz and Nick Baugh will join us later from the Westwood One Broadcast Center. Here we are in the East, and you can accurately say the Beasts of the East, the two highest scoring teams in the NCAA tournament, facing off here tonight. Jordan, each of these teams got here in an entirely different way on Thursday night. For Duke, it was putting the ball in the hands of the best player in America.
Yeah, Cooper Flagg came in with heavy expectation into this building like he has in every building all season long, and what he did to us is he exceeded that expectation. I mean, this young man said, give me the basketball, I'm going to decide it. It'll be no different tonight, that formula for this Duke team. If they're going to survive and advance, it's going to be on the back of the best player in college basketball.
Well, you've heard by now that Alabama got here by shooting BYU right out of the building. An NCAA tournament record, 25 made three-pointers in the game. We talked with their head coach, Nate Oates, who says they got it down with three-pointers in the Sweet 16, but the Crimson Tide can beat you in many different ways.
We've also played where we've scored almost 70 points in the paint, too, for teams that are just dead set on. So people ask me, how many threes do you want to get up? Well, depends on how you want to guard us.
So if you look at what Alabama does offensively, yes, there are a couple different ways they can go. How do you expect them to approach this?
Well, as much as we talk about Cooper Flagg deciding it with the basketball for Duke, make no mistake about it, partner. Mark Sears is going to decide it for this Alabama team. Operating in the pick and roll, trying to get into that painted area, spray it out to shooters, and, of course, he hit 10 triples 2 sleeps ago. They're going to try and ride his hot hand early on, but an offense as dynamic as theirs, they take what the defense gives them. You go under ball screens, they hurt you from three-point line. You blitz it, they swing it, they attack a gap. They're one of the best offenses in the country because they're dynamic, not a one-trick pony by any means.
It's incredible, but two offensive teams, the team that plays the best defense tonight is probably the team that has a chance of surviving and advancing to San Antonio and to the Final Four. There's a lot of electricity in this building in Newark tonight. One of these teams is going to that Final Four. Starting lineups in the opening tip are coming up next. This from Westwood One, the NCAA Radio Network. This is the Men's Basketball Tournament.
Find out what channel your team is playing on by going to SiriusXM.com/sports.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Right now, get 2.99% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Santa Fe, Tucson, or Elantra. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
I used to lack confidence until I shopped for a used car with Carfax. With Carfax, I was able to pause for the facts. I saw all the facts, like millions of cars, reported vehicle histories, and found the best values. Thanks to Carfax, I had the confidence to shop like a pro. Facts. A pro car shopper who feels like a winning ping pong champion. Facts. A ping pong champ whose legendary story is now a blockbuster movie. Facts. Starring me, Little Miss Confident. Sorry, you get it. Shop the all-new Carfax.com.
You can just move through life, or you can find the things that move you. It's your choice. Choose joy. Choose the road. Choose your shot. Take it. Choose to get in there. Choose your calling. Choose your path. Just choose. We craft cars for those who choose to do more than simply move. You know who you are. Mazda. Move and be moved.
I wake up.
The beauty of a tournament cheat sheet is that someone else spent thousands of hours watching film and analyzing stats, so you didn't have to. When it comes to hiring for your small business, LinkedIn does the same thing with candidates. LinkedIn delivers the strongest hiring data and insights to help you identify the right candidates to make the best hiring decisions. Hire professionals like a professional on LinkedIn. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/SXM. That's linkedin.com/SXM. Terms and conditions apply.
Capacity crowd. Let's get the keys to the game. Sponsored by Realtors. Buying a home can be a lot, but with the ethical expertise of a Realtor, you don't have to do it alone. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. All right, let's start with the 2 seed. Wearing the dark jerseys tonight, Alabama.
Yeah, this Alabama team, a dynamic offense that operates beautifully in a half court, but at their best when they're playing with pace and a tempo. They want to try and play at a blistering pace in this one, especially because it takes away the ability for the most efficient defense, one of the most efficient defenses in the country, to set its defense. On top of that, attack this Duke front line. Yes, it's formidable, but they're also foul prone. Try and attack them, get them in foul prone, shuffle their lineup, make this thing a little bit more difficult. For Duke, defending the pick and roll, especially when Mark Sears is operating in. Whatever you do, be consistent there. Probably going over the top, maybe blitzing it, getting out of his hands, but stay connected on that front. Then finally, run three-point shooters off the line. That has to be a piece of this. Force them into the mid-range. Will those guards want to try and get to the rim? Will block the shot? Or will they have to take contested threes? Make them win in the mid-range.
Well, the lineups are being introduced to this crowd here in Newark. Let's check the starting lineup. Sponsored by Cintas. Workdays are better when you partner with Cintas. Keep your team protected, prepared, and looking great. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday. Alabama Crimson Tide, 28-8 on the year, the 2 seed in the East. And it looks this way. The lone freshman in the starting lineup, LeBaron Philon, out of Mobile, Alabama, 6'4", 177, averaging 10.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, and almost 4 assists per game. He is joined in the backcourt by Chris Youngblood, playing very well in this tournament. Grad student transfer from South Florida out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, back home again. 6'4", 223, averages 10 points and a couple of boards. And also in the backcourt, Mark Sears. He was amazing the other night. Grad student out of Muscle Shoals, Alabama, 19 points, 3 boards, and better than 5 assists per ball game. Up front, the forward is Grant Nelson, grad student out of Devils Lake, North Dakota, 6'11", 230. He averages 11.5 and 7.5. And Clifford Amori, grad student, the big man in the middle, 8.6 rebounds per game at 6'11", 250 out of Benin City in Nigeria. The head coach is Nate Oates in his 6th season, trying to get back to the Final Four for the 2nd straight year. Duke Blue Devils, 34-3 on the year. They are led by Tyrese Proctor, junior 6'6", 183 out of Sydney, Australia, averaging 12 points per game and 3 rebounds and a couple of assists. Con Knippel, tremendous freshman out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 6'7", 217, 14 points per game, 4 boards, and nearly 3 assists. And, of course, Cooper Flagg, freshman 6'9", 205 out of Newport, Maine. He does it all, averaging 19 points per game. Come on. Maluach is in the middle, freshman out of South Sudan, 8.5 points, 6.5 boards per game. And Sion James loved the ball in his hands a lot. Grad transfer from Tulane, 6'6", 220, averaging 8.5 points and 4 rebounds. John Shire, in his 3rd year as the head coach, the former Duke Blue Devil player and assistant coach, trying to get to his first Final Four as a head coach. It's time now for the opening tips, sponsored by AutoZone. What makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination? They offer free battery testing and charging and reliable replacement batteries. And they've always got your battery solution. Get in the zone, AutoZone. The officials are Terry Oglesby, Roger Ayers, and Greg Nixon. For the first time in this tournament, Alabama goes to the dark jerseys, the traveling crimson, with the white numerals and lettering across the front. Duke in their home whites with that royal blue 4-letter name across the front and the blue numerals as well. Malawach and Amori set to tip things off. The trip to the Final Four on the line, and the tip is controlled by Duke. Blue Devils go from our left to our right to begin the ball game. Sion James running the point. Gets it off into the hands of Flagg. Flagg back to the top, Proctor. Proctor trying to find a screen, not there. Back to Flagg, just right at the top of the circle. He's going to try the three-pointer, and he got it. Nobody open, so he drilled the three on his first look of the night.
Grant Nelson, defending on that right wing, was looking and anticipating in a wrong fashion a ball screen coming, lost sight, and that's an easy three-point look to open the game for Flagg.
It was wide open. Back the other way now for Alabama. Phylon goes to the corner. On the right side, Sears driving, pull up, kick back. On the right, Phylon directing some traffic. Finds Nelson, then takes the return pass. Into the lane with the dribble. Dishes it off. Amori underneath the basket. 3 left to shoot. They got to let it go. They get it out to Sears. His bomb doesn't hit the rim. And that's going to be a shot clock violation and a turnover for Alabama on their first possession.
Alabama feeling the electricity of the place, out of sorts in their first possession, handed to Amori on the dunker position with Malawach sturdy defensively, and he throws a grenade to Sears with the shot clock winding down. Takes a Hail Mary, doesn't draw an iron.
Here's James up top for Duke. Driving down right of the lane. Back in through the lane, nothing there. Back to the top again to Flagg. Cooper Flagg, right side. Crossover dribble. Spins down toward the lane. Nobody open, nothing there, and he double dribbled. He had nowhere to go with the ball. Credit Grant Nelson for standing tall down on the block. And there is a Duke turnover. They, as a team, averaging fewer than 6 turnovers in the NCAA tournament, the fewest by any team through the Sweet 16 round.
Credit to Nelson defending in isolation on that right wing. Couple probing dribbles, Flagg attempting to get to the rim. Nelson made him meet a chest, and then the equivalent of throwing in the towel after picking up his dribble. Knew he was going to violate, but just double dribbled because he had no solution.
Youngblood holds up on top, gets it into the hands of Nelson. It's flicked away by Cooper Flagg, but Alabama regains possession. Very deliberate pace so far for the Crimson Tide. Sears throws to the top. Nelson thought about a three. Now driving, alley-oop, tipped home by Amori. Was supposed to be a dunk. It was too high, but Amori adjusted. 3-2, Duke on top here, opening 2 minutes. Now a drive inside, and great position for Knipple. The freshman banks it home. 5-2, Duke on top. And they are coming up and defending against Alabama. Amori driving, throws a dunk off the back iron. It's no good.
That caught everybody off guard. Caught at the right elbow and immediately drove it across the lane and tried to flush it.
Knipple, a spinning shot right of the lane, no good. But the rebound from Malawach. Now, there you go. Back out to Knipple, and he hits a three. It's an 8-2 Duke run to begin the ball game. Back down at the other end, Phylon drains a three and stops the Duke run right from the top of the circle.
Duke elects to go under the ball screen. LeBaron Phylon has a clean look from the top of the key beyond the arc. Punishing.
8-5, Duke by 3, 17-15 to go here in the first half. Flagg calmly holding the ball between the circles, finds Proctor, wide open three. Look out. Maybe he's getting the stroke back again. They nail another three. 11-5. Duke has hit all 3 of their shots from beyond the arc, and now Proctor with a steal and a run out. Finger roll laying is good. It's 13-5 Blue Devils.
Worth noting, Cooper Flagg was defending Mark Sears, and the link bothersome for the pick six.
Sears throwing through far side. Phylon finds the corner. Nelson for 3. Shot no good. Long rebound tipped out. Saved back in beautifully by Knipple. He was flying out of bounds and saved it in. Duke's got the possession. 8-point lead in the basketball. James knifing in from the right wing into the lane. Throws back out far side for Flagg. Now up top, it's Proctor. Proctor with the dribble. Into the corner on the left side for James. Spins into the lane. Shot in traffic, blocked away over the end line. It'll stay Duke's way as we pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships.
Find out what channel your team is playing on by going to SiriusXM.com/sports.
7 left to shoot for the Blue Devils as they inbound from the baseline far side. They've hit 4 of their first 5 shots, 3 of them three-pointers. It's in for Flagg. He's driving his shot. No good. It tickled the rim and fell away. Youngblood the rebound. Here come the Crimson Tide trying to run, but they're 2 on 3, and Knipple got a steal. Just took it right away from Philon. 3rd turnover for Alabama. And back the other way, a drive to the hoop by James. He is fouled. Diabate is going to get called for the personal.
Knipple impacting this game by offering his body up to the basketball. Higher powers, diving and winning every 50-50 in the first 4 minutes.
Right now, Duke is winning everything that's happening on the court. Timeout, sponsored by Rocket. Own the dream. It's Duke 13, Alabama 5, with 15:59 to go in the first half. For the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions, a very handsome reward indeed. With Robinhood Gold, your annual IRA contributions are boosted by 3%. Plus, you also get 4% APY on your cash and non-retirement accounts. That's over 8 times the national savings average. The perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% IRA boost on annual contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rates subject to change. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account interest rate claim is based on data from the FDIC as of November 18th, 2024. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Meanwhile at Xfinity.
Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered a super fast connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with 2 people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speeds vary. Not guaranteed.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the Dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
Here at our Granger broadcast position in Newark, winning teams know the value of a good 6th man. Count on Granger to give your business a boost off the bench. Call or click Granger.com for over 1 million industrial-grade supplies. Just over 4 minutes in, Duke a 13-5 lead. Duke has won the last 7 times they faced Alabama, dating back to 1956. This is the first time they've ever met in the NCAA tournament. And Jordan, you take a look at what it's been so far, and I'm guessing maybe Alabama gets a little bit of a feel of what BYU was feeling like in the first half the other night.
Absolutely. I think it was a great John Wood who said, play fast but don't hurry. There's just Duke teams playing fast, and they are playing beautiful basketball, unbothered by the pace. Alabama is hurried right now. Alabama needs to settle down a little bit, play their game. Duke's level of speed and pace has got Alabama out of sorts in the first few minutes.
Sion James hits the first free throw. He goes at 81% on the year. A correction, by the way, the foul was not on Diabate. It was on Grant Nelson, his first, and the first foul called in the game. James' second free throw is up. That one's good. 15-5. It's already a double-digit lead. James checks out of the ball game, and Caleb Foster comes in for Duke. Jaron Stevenson is also checked in at the timeout for Alabama, as has Aiden Holloway. Diabate holding head of the circle with the dribble down left side, kicks back out, up to the top. 3-point jumper is good. Aiden Sherrill, the freshman, nails it and gets his team back within 7.
Malawatch completely disinterested in defending beyond the arc at the top of the key. Sherrill makes him pay.
Here's Flagg, left side foul line extended, throws for Malawatch, and it's off his fingertips and out of bounds. Cooper Flagg says that's on me. But it's my fault where the pass was. Even that long reach of the 7-footer couldn't haul the pass in.
But it makes it even more clear. Duke is trying to move the basketball, now allowing it to stick so they can explore gaps.
Sears with the basketball across half court. Dumps it back behind. Sherrill again. Got another one. Back-to-back threes for Aiden Sherrill, who's only a 32% shooter from beyond the arc. 15-11. The Duke lead down to 4. Knippel working on the near side. Gets it to the big man. Malawach holding head of the circle. Flips back behind for Flag. Left-hand dribble on the left side. Spins a fadeaway. No good. Rebound down. Malawach grabbed it, but it's taken away by Diabate. He was 1 on 3, so he waits for help to arrive. Now with the return pass, his three-pointer, no good. And the rebound down to Caleb Foster for the Blue Devils. Quickly down the floor. Dump it off for Flag, and Flag lays it home.
Foster did a sublime job of locating the block out, garnering the loose ball, and a one-man fast break to deliver to Flag for the layup.
17-11, Duke by 6. Frenetic pace here early. Sherrill on top. They left him alone again. He'll try it again, and the shot is no good. But Diabate got the offensive rebound. Put the putback up on the rim. It didn't go, but he was fouled on the play. And the Duke foul will be on Cooper Flag. His first.
Very clear. Sherrill is going to challenge Malawach to come out and defend from the three-point line. Those looks are going to be presented all evening long, but credit to Diabate doing the work on the backboard to not only gather it, but go back up with a mission of earning a whistle, and he does.
Later on, we'll select the smart coaching move of the day, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Modi Abate, great first 2 games in Cleveland. Didn't have to do much the other night as he hits on the first free throw. He only had 1.5 rebounds. Didn't take a shot from the floor. However, in the previous 5 games, he was 22 for 26. This young man was shooting the basketball. He was doing a little bit of everything in Cleveland. 28 points and 15 boards in the first 2 games against Robert Morris and New Mexico. Left-hander out of Queens, New York, hitting on the first. Second free throw on the way, and that one's good.
Scott, it truly speaks to just how dynamic their offense is. It can be anybody that goes off for one of those crazy offensive, explosive evenings.
Duke 17, Alabama 13. 14 minutes to go here in the first half. Gungba's now in the ballgame as the big man for Duke, holding at the top of the circle. Backdoor cut and a jam for Isaiah Evans. They lost him, and he came wide open to expand the Duke lead to 6.
Defense was ball watching. Evans just cut right in front of the teeth of it from that left wing to the cup.
Holloway with the dribble alive underneath the basket, throws back to the outside. Pylon has it back, gets it to Holloway, driving in the lane, little footer is good. He saw the big men coming and let go of it.
Defense cheated to get in the passing lane. Holloway had him on their heels. Catch it, get into the lane, float game on point.
19-15, 4-point Duke lead. Blue Devils in the half court now. Gungba hands off for Proctor. Far side, 12-footer is good. Red-hot shooter who was not here on Thursday night. He's already got 7 points.
Drop coverage in the ball screen defensively, allowed for a rhythm bounce from the left wing. Mid-range, Proctor gets it to go.
Alabama now in the forecourt. Stevenson, and now the pass inside. Diabate traveled. Holloway threw a pass in, and Diabate shuffled his feet as he tried to gather going up, and that's already 4 turnovers on the Crimson Tide.
There was a sound cut right through the teeth of that painted area. Diabate caught it at point-blank range, and paralysis by analysis with the basketball. Didn't know if he wanted to shoot a floater, take a power dribble, and get further to the rim, but in doing so, that indecision generated the traveling violation.
First meeting of teams coming off 100-point games each since Duke and Indiana in the 92 Final Four. We're on that pace right now. Duke firing, shot no good for Evans from the left side. And the rebound down for Alabama. Driving, shot, Philon, no good, but he was fouled by Gungba. And LeBaron Philon's going to go to the free throw line with Gungba getting called for his first. Be a VIP at the Men's Final Four in San Antonio with the NCAA Experience official ticket and hospitality packages. Official NCAA hospitality includes live entertainment, upscale food stations and beverages, appearances by NBA NCAA legends, and much more. To be a VIP at the men's Final Four in San Antonio, visit ncaa.com/VIP. Foul was not a shooting foul. They're taking it out from the side. Alabama down by 6. Holloway takes the inbound into the lane on the run. Shot high off the glass, no good. Flag, the weak side rebound for Duke, and a quick outlet. Here comes Foster, driving down the floor. His shot blocked away. Omori timed it perfectly and blocked it away. Alabama down with the basketball. Holloway stepping back outside the arc, gets it to Philon, and now Omori handing it back to Philon on the left baseline. Spinning, nobody home. Back out to Holloway. He shovels to the top for Philon. Philon driving, behind the back dribble, and the jumper up, no good. Another rebound for Cooper Flagg. Flagg driving, kicking, and threw it away. Philon stole it. He gets the return pass. Driving, layup is good. Philon making it happen. Gets Alabama back within 4.
Scott, first time I've seen it so far in this tournament. Cooper Flagg is gassed. Cooper Flagg defending the smallish guards of Alabama has him a little bit tired, and that's why you're seeing these unforced errors. Wholesale line changes coming.
However, another backdoor cut, and Gungba another perfect bounce pass. Foster lays it home, 23-17. Back the other way, Philon, alley-oop, catch, and a foul. How about that? Omori just got fouled by Gungba. That is going to be a foul on the big man, his first. Keep an eye on that. Duke got into foul trouble with their big men here the other night. Late in the ball game, they were playing Malowach with 4 fouls as that game closed out. This foul is going to bring us to a timeout on the floor. We've got 11:17 to go here in a very, very quickly paced first half. It's Duke 23, Alabama 17. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
At the worst.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Right now, get 2.99% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Santa Fe, Tucson, or Elantra. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Tyler Reddick here from 2311 Racing. Looking for fast fun? Go for a spin.
What's up, insiders? Thanks for hanging out with us. And if you're new here, basketball fans, welcome. Thanks for becoming an insider and hitting that subscribe button. Turning on that bell so you don't miss it when we go live for every single game of March Madness. We did 53 games in 4 days, raising money for Sick Kids Hospital in Toronto as part of our Bracket Mania campaign. Just by being here, you're making a difference. And with that, I ask you to please continue making that awesome difference by sharing this link out and getting it out to the world. The more people that click on the link that you share, the more YouTube will find more and more basketball fans from all over the world to come hang out with us. Thank you for doing that. We'll see you back in the chat, and go Gators!
Equipment features advanced lithium battery technology that exceeds the power and performance of gas without the noise, fuss, or fume. From blowers and trimmers to mowers and pressure washers, one battery powers over 90 tools. No wonder it is the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Power beyond belief. Visit egopowerplus.com to learn more or to find an Ego retailer near you. That's egopowerplus.com.
Sponsored by Monster.com. Monster.com empowers you to score big in your next position and win the job hunt. Get off the bench and go to Monster.com today. Monster.com provides great coaching and millions of job openings. Slam dunk with Monster.com today. Now for Alabama, team leading the nation in scoring, offense, and rebounding. They had 25 wins. Pretty clearly they were one of the superior teams. Came in as a #2 seed. Duke, well, they got an automatic bid because they won the ACC tournament, but this is a team that has put together 34 wins this year. This is the first time they've had 33 or more wins since the 2014-15 season. By the way, that's the last time they won the NCAA tournament.
Two very good teams. Two very good teams operating at a high level. How about offensively? 5 assists on 6 made field goals for Bama, 6 assists, 9 made field goals for Duke. The ball is not sticking in this contest.
Cliff Amore hits on the first free throw. By the way, Cooper Flagg is sitting, as you pointed out, coming out of the timeout. He looked gas. Mark Sears, who was sitting through the entire of the last sequence, now back in the game for Alabama. Second free throw rattles, but it falls. Amore's going to come out. Sherrill will come back in. 4-point game. Duke 23, Alabama 19. The winner goes to the Final Four. Monowatch holding head of the circle. Gets to Knipple. Driving. Alley-oop. Jammed home by the big man. Monowatch dove straight down the lane. A perfect pass and a 6-point Duke lead. Here's Holloway for Alabama. Big man coming out on him. Got a mismatch somewhere. Hand off to Sears. Sears throws back behind. Sherrill thought about the 3. Monowatch closed this time. Back out to Youngblood. His three-pointer no good. Big-time rebound. Nelson couldn't get the follow to fall.
Nelson grabbed that rebound but was fading back on his heels off the rebound momentum. And rather than gather playoff 2, he tries to take a half-hearted attempt at a layup, but it's no good.
Duke trying to take advantage now. James back in the game, driving down right side of the lane, banks it home. It's 27-19 Duke.
Sion James bully ball from that right wing, just drives it right into the chest of Holloway.
Sherrill, right side three-pointer, no good. Big-time rebound by Youngblood, throws back out. Holloway's 3, no good. Another fight for the rebound, and with a pair of hands on it, I believe they're calling held ball. And the possession arrow belongs to Alabama.
How about the fight from this Alabama group on the offensive backboard? They certainly have cooled down from beyond the arc. Much different start than what we saw versus BYU 2 sleeps ago. But they're giving their offense second chance by battling on the glass.
4 offensive rebounds so far. Off the inbound, Sherrill hands off her. Once again, that's Philon in the lane. Back out to Sears. Just 1 shot so far. Tries to wrap around the pass, and it's knocked away as he tried to throw it through the lane. The 5th Alabama turnover.
Credit Duke's defense being in rotations on the dribble drive from Sears. He had nowhere to go. Ultimately threw it away.
Off the stolen pass. Here's James, head of the circle. 2 men on him. Runs around a screen, right side of the lane. Looking for the corner. Got it there. Knippel's 3 is good. 7-0 run for Duke. They lead it by 11.
Duke's touching the paint with their guards and spraying it to shooters.
Alabama just trying to keep up right now with this pace that Duke is setting. Philon, fake a 3 from the left side. Driving into the lane. Kicks to the left corner. And now Nelson throws back to the top to Sears. Sears driving into the lane. His shot swatted away. Monowatch sent it 2 rows back over the baseline. It'll stay Alabama's way with 5 left to shoot.
Alabama in the possession had done a good job of extending their offense beyond the arc, pulling Monowatch out, but then they elected to drive it back in. He's able to settle and protect the rim, and he volleyball blocks that dribble drive.
With 5 seconds left to shoot, Alabama struggles to get it in. Now Sears has it. Sears, cross court, Youngblood, shot fake, steps into a 3. He got it. Big shot for Chris Youngblood, who's hitting 48% from three-point land in the previous 4 games. 30-22, 8-point ball game. Duke's hit their last 4 shots. Knipple driving into the lane, little floater, no good. Rebound for Nelson. Here comes Alabama, running out. It's Youngblood, left side, and he is fouled by Gillis. Mason Gillis called for the foul on the drive as Youngblood was aggressively taking it to the hole. That is going to be number 1 on Mason Gillis. Robinhood Gold gets you a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions. The new gold standard is here. Sign up at Robinhood.com/gold.
Scott, I heard aggressive, I heard boost, and those 2 words beautifully illustrate or tell the story of what happened in that sequence. Bama grabs the rebound, and they go full head of steam to try and get to that rim on a drive.
Officials are double-checking something. Is it who the foul is on?
I believe the foul was, yeah.
They called it on Knipple?
Which it would have been on that baseline drive from Youngblood.
Okay. Left side, Phylon tries a three from the wing. It's no good. Rebound down to the floor and picked up by Proctor. Oh, the foul is on Gillis, like I originally said. Just inside half court. Proctor, left side, can nipple, three-pointer, no good. Uncontested rebound for Grant Nelson. Here comes Alabama, trailing by 8. They've been running uphill this entire first half. Nelson holds outside, left to the top of the circle. Off the dribble, he hands it off to Sears. Sears driving into the lane. Knipple got a hand on the basketball. Sears was trying to sell foul. The official said, nope, held ball. And the possession arrow is pointed in the other direction. That's going to bring us to a timeout on the floor with 7:57 to go in the first half. Duke has been the aggressor. They lead it 30-22. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions, a very handsome reward indeed. With Robinhood Gold, your annual IRA contributions are boosted by 3%. Plus, you also get 4% APY on your cash and non-retirement accounts. That's over 8 times the national savings average. The perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% IRA boost on annual contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rates subject to change. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account interest rate claim is based on data from the FDIC as of November 18th, 2024. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
It's time to shake off the winter blues and get your home looking its best. Whether it's new windows, fresh siding, or a stunning entry door, Window World has everything you need to boost curb appeal. And with Window World's professional installation, you can refresh your home stress-free. Spring into savings and schedule your free consultation today. Call 1-800-WINDOW-WORLD or visit windowworld.com to get started.
The beauty of a tournament cheat sheet is that someone else spent thousands of hours watching film and analyzing stats, so you didn't have to. When it comes to hiring for your small business, LinkedIn does the same thing with candidates. LinkedIn delivers the strongest hiring data and insights to help you identify the right candidates to make the best hiring decisions. Hire professionals like a professional on LinkedIn. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/SXM. That's linkedin.com/SXM. Terms and conditions apply.
And, you know, the easy analysis so far, Nick Bond, we forget about this because of Cooper Flagg and the offense. Duke has a top 5 defensive efficiency team all year as well.
100%, and they are keyed in and locked in on Mark Sears, not making any mistakes on him in transition and in ball screen situations. Sears 0 for 2 from the floor and has not scored. But the big thing to me right now is Duke is keeping Alabama out of transition because they're scoring the ball. They're shooting 60% from the floor. The best way to help your transition defense is to run good offense so you can get your defense set. That's what's happening.
Alabama just 2 points in the fast break. Back to Scott Graham, Jordan Cornette at Prudential Center.
Thanks, guys. We've got 7:57 to go here first half. And Duke and Alabama have each put 20 shots up here in this first half. Alabama just 7 for 20, though, from the floor at 35%. Duke has hit 12 of them. And Cooper Flagg is back in now as Duke holds a 30-22 lead. Duke with the basketball, attacking on our right. Catch and shoot for Proctor. Three-pointer, missed badly. Long rebound out for Phylon. Wants to run. He's 3-on-3. Gets it to Sears, a three-pointer. That missed badly. It chipped the front pane of the rim. And the rebound taken down by Duke. Knipple. Back the other way, spins in the lane, his shot is good, and the foul. He's just bigger and stronger than Phylon, and used that to his advantage for a chance at a three-point play.
Scott, that's absolutely it. Knipple's eyes light up when he saw as slight as a frame Phylon, a freshman defending him, but one freshman infinitely stronger than the other. He lowers that left shoulder, creates enough space to then get a clean look at the cup to lay it in. Play through the desperate attempt to foul from Phylon. Play through the contact and finish.
He's got it by 3 inches and 40 pounds.
Knippel's such a thick, stout guard, and you don't catch it on television. But when you see him in person, much like Cooper Flagg's length, it wows you.
He's almost automatic from the line. He hit on the free throw, and the lead is 11 again for Duke. 7:18 to go first half. Here is Holloway with the dribble, working on Flagg. Get it to Nelson up on top. Wanted the backdoor cut, it's not there. Nelson keeps the dribble, now hands for Philon up on top. Philon driving into the lane. Kicks back out to Youngblood. Youngblood to the corner. Nelson gotta let it go. He does. Got it on the rim, but that's it. And another rebound for Cooper Flagg. Two bodies hit the floor on the other end. They're playing 4-on-4 at this end. Flagg driving, spins into the lane, banks it home. And Alabama's going to call for a timeout as Duke now has their largest lead of the game.
Matchups just continually favoring Duke on the offensive side of things. In transition, Cooper Flagg gets this thing and powers up. Another smallish guard trying to stop him, and it's Philon they're picking on once again.
6:46 left first half. Duke 35, Alabama 22. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
I used to lack confidence until I shopped for a used car with Carfax. With Carfax, I was able to
Pause for the facts.
I saw all the facts, like millions of cars, reported vehicle histories, and found the best values. Thanks to Carfax, I had the confidence to shop like a pro. Facts. A pro car shopper who feels like a winning ping pong champion. Facts. A ping pong champ whose legendary story is now a blockbuster movie. Facts. Starring me, Little Miss Confident. Yeah! Facts. Sorry, you get it. Shop the all-new-Carfax.com.
You can just move through life, or you can find the things that move you. It's your choice. Choose joy. Choose the road. Choose your shot. Take it. Choose to get in there. Choose your calling. Choose your path. Just
Hey, you! Yeah, you! This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Are you checking your bracket during the commercial break like the rest of us? Thanks for chatting it up and enjoying this March Madness live hangout with us. So why not make it official? Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a live game. We're on a mission to hit 100,000 insiders. And you can help us grow this amazing community of sports fans making a difference. Join the conversation, keep it classy, and we'll see you in the chat. Good luck to your team and your bracket.
It's free. Spring into savings and schedule your free consultation today. Call 1-800-WINDOW-WORLD or visit windowworld.com to get started.
Sports.com, sponsored by Masa Chips. Classic tortilla chips fried in 100% grass-fed beef tallow. No seed oils, no fake ingredients, just real crunch. Code MM30 gets you 30% off your first order at masachips.com. Right now, Alabama's won for their last 9 from the floor, and Duke is threatening to run away with this game. 6:46 to go first half. Biggest lead of the night for the Blue Devils. They're up 35-22.
So, partner, let's quickly talk Duke's game plan defensively and why it's working masterfully right now. Running Alabama up the three-point line, daring them to try to get to the rim to meet elite length. Well, they don't want to do that, so they're settling for mid-range, low-percentage opportunities. That favors Duke. Meanwhile, offensively for Duke, exploiting one-on-one matchups that benefit them, and they're having great success.
Back the other way. Diabate has his shot blocked from behind by guess who? Cooper Flagg, who sends it over the sideline.
And that's what happens when you get all the way to the rim. Again, these guards, this wing Diabate, you can't finish over 7-footers and 6'9" bouncy wings. It's going to be a challenge all night long.
4 of Alabama's 5 starters are on the bench out of the timeout. Interesting choice down 13. Diabate with the basketball, head of the circle. Driving on Flagg, his shot is up, it's no good. It got bothered by the size again, and the rebound knocked out of bounds. They say it last touched Diabate, and it's going back the other way to Duke.
Duke is too big. Diabate again tries to challenge by getting all the way to the rim. Cooper Flagg ushers him to the water, and right there it's the 7'2" Malawatch to just reject it and give it back to Duke going the other way.
Bama now 1 for their last 11 from the floor. Duke trying to expand the lead, but Knipple overthrew a pass to Malawatch. And this Duke team that's averaging 5.7 turnovers in the tournament so far now has 5 here in the first half. Doesn't matter, though. They've got a 13-point lead. Alabama trying to work their way back in before halftime. It's Holloway on the outside. Dump it down to the corner. That's Stevenson. Three-pointer from the right is no good. Rebound comes down for Flagg. They slide it ahead for James. James lost the handle on his dribble and dropped it right into the hand of Darian Reed. Reed's shot is good. He had to change it because of Flagg, but he banks it high off the glass and gets his team back to within 11.
Credit to Reed taking it right at Cooper Flagg and kind of did the old Will Chamberlain to extend his arm out to be able to hook it over mid-transition, one-on-one basketball.
Back the other way. Proctor, alley-oop, jammed home by Malawatch. They know exactly what they're doing offensively. 37-24. 5:18 to go here in the first half. Long playing catch outside. Holloway, deep three-pointer, and he got it. That was nearly on the March Madness logo at half court.
Cooper Flagg was not worried about defending from there because he did not think Holloway had the audacity to offer one from there. Well, he did. The confidence takes it and nets it. Wow.
Now the ball ended up rolling away, and that meant that they were able to make substitutions, which got Sears back into the ball game, and Nelson for Alabama. 37-27, Duke by 10. Winners getting on a plane to San Antonio next week to play in the Final Four. Under 5 to play first half. Working the outside, Caleb Foster. Drop it for Flagg. Foul line jumper. Around the rim, no good. And a foul call on the rebound is going to go on Patrick Gungba for Duke. That's going to be his second. And it comes at the 4:52 mark of the first half.
Gungba gets whistled for trying to carve out offensive rebounding space and just grabbing the arm of Nelson, who was blocking him out. It was right in front of the official. An easy whistle that no one argues.
Alabama's bench is outscoring the starters right now. Sears has been turned off. Pick and roll. Nelson, one of the starters, jams it home. And Alabama now back within single digits at 37-29. And a timeout, I should say, called for by John Shire. He's got a couple of things going on here, and he just watched his team lose 5 points of their lead. So he's going to stop it with 4:33 to go in the first half. Timeout on the court. We'll take 1-2. Our score, Duke 37, Alabama 29. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Hey, fellow Gen Xers, it's Elizabeth Banks. Big news! The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the charge. After all, we gave the world the internet. We're trailblazers. Let's lead the way again because we are at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Head to VaxAssist.com and schedule today. That's VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Duke by 8, 37-29. Alabama's hit its last 3 shots to close the gap. And earlier this week, partner, in fact, it was yesterday, John Shire told us that the Elite 8 game, in his opinion, is the toughest game.
And his insight was really profound and pretty simplistic in nature. He said, it's because you've got 2 great teams no matter what. They're in the tournament, but they've won 3 games in a row at that point, so they're playing their best basketball, which makes the stakes that much higher, and against a team that's found their best groove of the year. They're meeting at the summit right now, and Duke is a better team right now at this point.
Duke lost in this round last year to NC State, the Cinderella team that went to the Final Four. Cooper Flagg driving, left-handed shot, no good, and the rebound down to Stevenson for Alabama. 4:09 to go in the half as Philon takes the ball to the forecourt. Driving into the paint, kicks to the top, Stevenson 3, no good. Fight for the rebound is tipped, and Duke controls it. Proctor tipped the rebound and then saved the basketball. Flagg draws a lot of attention. They throw through to the near side now, and Knippel wants a three. That shot is no good. Phylon down with a rebound for Alabama. Into the forecourt, his team down by 8. Phylon, sure-handed freshman, drives, no look pass. Nelson jams it home. It's a 7-0 Alabama run, and they are back within 6.
Phylon did an incredible job getting by the first line of defense. Defense in rotation, looks right, dishes left to Nelson in stride for the one-hand jelly.
Cooper Flagg fakes the three, keeps the dribble alive, driving, left-handed shot, off balance, no good. Rebound, however, gets away from Alabama. Picked up off the floor by Malik Brown. They kick it outside, and Foster nails a three-pointer. What a turnaround that was off the miss.
An unforced error in the backcourt, turning the ball over. Bama gives Duke another opportunity.
Reed at the other end wants a three. That shot's no good. And the rebound taken down by Flagg, his 5th. Duke quickly into the forecourt. It's Proctor on the run, down the lane. Shot blocked away, but he bought contact. And that is going to buy him a trip to the free throw line when we come back. 2 minutes, 42 seconds left to go here in the first half as these teams fight for a spot in the Final Four. It's Duke 40, Alabama 31. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Something amazing is happening. Technology is working harder, faster, and more reliably. It's delivering results that work. But who makes technology work? CDW. We're a full-service technology solutions provider, advising our clients and designing customized solutions so they can reach their goals and do amazing things. CDW. Make amazing happen. Find out more at cdw.com.
Springfest savings start now at Lowe's, so don't miss out. Get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, save an additional $100 on every $1,000 you spend on select major appliances. And save up to $10 on select lawn care products. Shop these can't-miss spring deals now. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 4/2. Selection varies by location while supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details and qualifying items.
Ball above all. Am I right, y'all? Any questions?
Professor, NCAA Division I women's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to get loud? Rep your squad? Get your players hyped up to go all the way to the ship? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/WBB tickets.
Scott Graham, Jordan Cornette here at our Grainger broadcast position in Newark. When you need products in a pinch, Grainger offers same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. Click Grainger.com or stop by for industrial-grade supplies for your business. The SEC semifinal loss to Florida. Mark Sears was held to a single-digit point total for only the 4th time this season. However, there was a game in Cleveland on the way here to Newark when he had 1 point at halftime and exploded in the second half. We say this because Sears is 0 for 3 from the floor, a goose egg in the scoring column, and his team is down 40-31. Duke leads it with 2:42 to go till halftime.
Physical guards that are hard hedging. They're getting over the top of stuff. They're funneling Sears into a mid-range area. They're contesting that as well. They're making it very challenging for Sears to be the one to beat them. And with this defensive game plan, there's not going to be a lot of daylight and opportunity for Sears to really punish.
Proctor at the line, nails the first free throw. He's got a three-pointer tonight. He's been on a run. 21 made three-pointers in the last 5 games for the junior from Sydney, Australia. Second free throw is no good. Proctor's got 8 points, his team up 10. 2:38 left to play first half. Here's Sears trying to find a double screen. You go either way. Screen's not working. He's still got the basketball. Now trying left side. To the baseline he goes. Underneath the basket. And ends up knocking the ball off a Cooper Flag out of bounds. Alabama keeps it with 14 left on the timer.
Duke is throwing 2 and 3 bodies at Sears. If he tries to drive it, there's 2 other defenders joining the on-ball defender. On ball screens, 2 guys, and then they're switching. Ultimately, everything to give him no look, no gap to explore.
The inbound to Nelson, back again to Sears, and he's got 6'9" Malik Brown on him. Stepping into a jumper. That shot is good. He hit it from the right elbow. Sears finally scores for the first time tonight. It's an 8-point game.
Well, once Duke switches there and it's Brown on him, rather than settle and dribble, he attacked the front foot, lead foot of the defender, and Brown to find a mid-range advantage.
Brown, backdoor pass, almost threw it away, but Proctor saved it. They get it back to the top. Brown, fake a 3. Throw back behind to no one. Proctor saved that one as well. He owes him a soda. And Flag on his drive, apparently fouled by Omori right in front of the Alabama bench. Flag was trying to take Omori to the hole, and there was a little bit of contact on the outside. Omori is called for. The personal is first.
Omori was trying to apply perimeter ball pressure beyond the three-point line by a couple of feet. You're not a perimeter defender that can move laterally with a guy like Cooper Flag. You got to understand your ability, drop back in coverage some in late contested 3, but you can't apply the type of ball pressure to get whistled for a foul like that.
Matawatch now checks back into the ball game. The thing that gets you about this Duke team is you look at them, especially sitting courtside as we are, they are so big and so long. Inbound for Duke, new 20 on the timer after the foul call. Knippel's got it off the inbound, knifing into the lane, spinning, shot up, no good. Great defense by Youngblood. And the ball down on the floor, Knippel's going to get called for a reach-in foul. I wonder if that feels a little bit like a make-good for the previous foul.
That's exactly what it is, partner. Knippel didn't so much as maybe tap the shoulder of Sherrill on the ground. And we got a replay. That's all that happened. That should have been no whistle. Keep playing.
6 fouls on Duke, 4 on Alabama. Crimson Tide with the basketball. 1:38 to go till halftime. Duke leads it by 8. Holloway working the outside, right at the top of the circle. With the dribble alive, finds Sears now between the circles. Shot fake, drive into the lane, throws behind. Holloway, catch and shoot 3 is no good. Long rebound, tapped. What a play by Proctor. He got it ahead to Foster, and Foster waits for help to arrive. Crossover dribble, Foster driving, and he's fouled. Proctor made an incredible play. That rebound was on its way out to Aiden Holloway, who made the mistake of waiting for it to bounce to him. Proctor jumped forward and flicked the ball ahead, saving the possession for Duke.
Yeah, he essentially gave his body up just to say, if I can get a hand on this with my momentum, it'll tip ahead to give Foster a lead for a leak out, understanding that he was going to get collided with by a few bodies, and he did. Gave the play to Duke.
Youngblood's first foul, team foul number 5 on Alabama. Knippel catches the inbound pass, head of the circle, alley-oop again. Matawatch can't dunk it, but he brings it back down and banks it home. Nice skills from the big man as the Duke lead is once again 10. Matawatch has 6. Under a minute to play in the half as Sears goes to work with a left-hand dribble. Head of the circle, waiting for somebody. It's Youngblood. Shot fake on a 3. Take it down the lane. And his layup is good. He stopped and started again. Knippel was standing in quicksand. And Youngblood got an easy 2 to make it an 8-point game.
The change of pace created the advantage on that drive from right to left, finishing with the offhand. Got the defender on his hip. A nice angle to deliver the layup.
9-second differential between game and shot clock. Duke can't hold for the rest of the half, but Flag is dribbling on the March Madness logo. Now he's driving, and his shot on the way, it's good, and the foul. Quick first step and a late reaction from Aiden Sherrill trying to stop him is going to give Flag a chance at a 3-point play.
Indecision on the ball screen. Non-committal defense from Alabama, which just gives from that right elbow coming down with a full head of steam. The best player in the country in Cooper Flag, and by the time the defense comes, he's underneath the rim. So then you play through contact with the advantage, allowing him to convert through contact.
If you think about what happened here on Thursday night in a tie game with Arizona, Duke got 2 threes late in the half, and that changed the entire tenor of the game. Flag caps off the traditional three-point play, expands the lead to 11. Alabama can hold for 1. Game clock now down to 10 seconds. Sears across half court. Duke fans are standing, calling for defense. Sears drives, wraparound pass. Nelson shot good. And that's going to end the first half on a beautiful feed from Mark Sears in close to Grant Nelson, who cuts it down to a 9-point ball game.
It's very important for Alabama to have a sequence like that because Mark Sears was able to touch the paint, draw defenders, and dish to Nelson to get a layup to go. They hadn't had many opportunities where Sears could get past the defense, get into the lane, and make plays like that happen. That can carry momentum in the locker room, a positive thing for this Bama team.
Blue Devils shot 56% for the half. They've enjoyed an advantage throughout. We are at halftime. Duke 46, Alabama 37. When we return, we're going to head back to our Straight Talk Wireless studios for the halftime report. Need more data so you can stream your Jam Mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
I'll hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to...
The tournament is here. March Madness is here. The craziness is here. Don't forget, hit that like button down below and share this link out so we can get more basketball fans here in the chat, hanging out with us, cheering on your favorite team.
Clayton steals it and lays it in. Clayton a good look. Hit 6.
Check out our new website, www.torontosportsinsider.com, and check out the link that is in the description as well as in the chat that shows where all of the live viewers are watching from. Are you an insider yet? Have you hit that subscribe button? I bet you have now. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for checking out our Bracket Mania campaign. A lot more coming up soon.
Comer. They're going to compete. Gators just haven't been able to do so. Bernard Thompson with a 3.
This is over. What a great scene this is.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Hey, you. Yeah, you. This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Thanks for chatting it up and enjoying this March Madness live hangout with us.
But man, are they smart and they play beyond their years. I thought Knippel was excellent in the first part of the first half, and Cooper Flagg rebounded the ball and just did a little bit of everything. Duke is just so complete on both sides, but all things considered,
I think if you're Nate Oates, you feel like you're still in this game and you haven't done what you do yet.
Yeah. We came in talking about the efficiency of both these teams offensively. They both have 5 threes, but Duke's on 9 3 attempts. Alabama's on 19 3-point attempts. All right, second half coming up in about 15 minutes from Newark. How about what happened earlier tonight in San Francisco? And remember, Texas Tech came into the day riding high on a 16-point second-half comeback in the Sweet 16, the third largest such comeback in Sweet 16 history. And, back and forth, they trailed by 3 at the break, but the Red Raiders led for most of the second half.
Anderson with the dribble for the Red Raiders. Up 8, 7:53 to go. Anderson, hesitation move, drives left, floats it up, and Federico is there for the two-hand slam. Timeout, Florida. The lob to Federico has given the Red Raiders a 10-point lead. Timeout with 7:48 remaining in the Bay Area. Texas Tech 67, Florida 57.
Federico of South Sudanese and Finnish descent. And his fourth school had a huge dunk to put him up by 10. And Texas Tech still led by 9 with a little less than 3 minutes to go. But Todd Golden, coach of the Gators, started fouling early. And Texas Tech was missing free throws, front ends of 1-and-1s. And maybe a guy who's trying to be the player of the tournament took over down the stretch.
Played the lob at the Houck above the left elbow. Houck backdoor to Clayton, makes the catch inside. Has the dribble out of trouble in the paint, backs up, turns, fires a three from the top. It's good! He did it again! Clayton's got 28. Florida leads by 1. What a shot by Walter Clayton.
He had a layup. He dribbled out and shot a 3.
Inside a minute to go. Texas Tech ball down 1.
He finished with 30, 13 over the 5:34. Walter Clayton, 22 of the 44 for the Gators in the second half, and they come back to win 84-79. Clayton on his mindset down the stretch again.
A couple shots went in, they kind of turned around, looked at their bench like how. So honestly, nothing was going through my mind. My mind was kind of just blank. Thankful the shots went in, but we was locked in until the final buzzer sounded. So my mind was blank, honestly.
Well, and none of that would have mattered had Texas Tech made some free throws. They finished 7 of 13 from the line on the day. JT Toppin had started the game 0 of 4, but he missed 1-and-1. Darion Williams, who had another massive performance, he's the reason they helped build that lead, but they came up short.
Not what we wanted, obviously, but we were picked to finish like 7th in conference. Like nobody, if anybody told you, they thought we were going to be in the lead 8, they'd be lying to you. So besides our team and our inner circle, so at the end of the day, I think we it hurts right now when we look back at it. Feel like we could have went farther, but I think overall we had a good season.
Yeah, they did. There's no question about it. They had a great season. They didn't play anybody in the non-conference, so no one really knew what to expect from Texas Tech in conference. But once they got in there, Nick, they had a wonderful season. And frankly, we're the better basketball team for 35 minutes today.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Texas Tech flat out outplayed Florida for 35 minutes, but in the final, really like 36 or 38 minutes, in the final 2 minutes, just momentum swung, and Walter Clayton decided to just be the baddest dude in the gym. And you got to tip your cap to Todd Golden. I think he felt like at 75-69 he needed to do something different, that you couldn't just defend out and hope that you were going to get stopped. So he goes with the intentional fouls on Williams and on Toppin. And there's a big difference, Jason, going to the free throw line with 2 shots versus a 1-and-1. The pressure of that is different, and then add on the fact that a trip to the Final Four is on the line, the pressure is even magnified more. Pretty good decision from Todd Golden there, and it ends up paying off thanks to Howe's threes and Clayton once again just being ridiculously good down the stretch. He saved Florida against UConn in the second round, and he saves Florida again.
Yes, he did, and so they are heading to the Final Four for the first time in 11 years. Who's going to join them? Duke leading Alabama by 9. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
At Rocket, we believe everyone deserves their shot at the American dream. So if you're feeling locked out of home ownership, we're here to give you back the keys. We're opening doors, breaking down walls, and doing everything we can to turn renters into owners. And we're not going to stop until we help everyone home. To find out more, visit Rocket.com. Rocket. Own the dream.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships.
Beckers with 38 points, bounces back for Strong. Inside Beckers, left side, banks it home for 2, and her 40th point of the night.
Playing ping pong with it.
Paige Beckers dropping 40 in the Sweet 16 for UConn, 78-51 Connecticut.
Sam Niederman, Mary Murphy on the call here on Westwood One. And man, oh man, did UConn need Paige Beckers to go off to get to the Elite Eight. Jason Horwitz, Nick Baum back with you here in our Westwood One studios. Alabama in the men's side trailing Duke 46-37. But on the women's side, we checked the tournament scoreboard, sponsored by GoodRx. For simple, smart savings on your prescriptions, go to GoodRx.com or download the free GoodRx app. UConn trailed Oklahoma at the half, 36-33, and Paige Beckers outscored the Sooners by herself in the second half. The UConn Huskies going to the Elite Eight for the 29th time since 1991. Paige Beckers with 40, the first UConn Husky ever to score 40 in an NCAA tournament game. Now, they're waiting USC, who is getting all it can handle without Juju Watkins against Kansas State. 65-61, final 25 seconds of the game in Spokane. You can listen to that on the Westwood One Sports app. Texas and TCU join the Elite Eight party. Longhorns the 1 seed in Birmingham, 67-59 winners over Tennessee, while TCU, thanks to Haley Van Lith going for the first time ever, knocked off Notre Dame 71-62. Duke trying to knock off Alabama. They're up 9 at the break from the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network. This is the men's basketball tournament.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind. Ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. We leave no warrior behind. Wounded Warrior Project is a non-profit organization created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war. Whether those scars are physical or mental, we're here to make sure that they heal. And whether it's helping those with post-traumatic stress disorder live a normal life again, or giving much-needed support to injured warriors in veterans' hospitals. Because no one deserves our help more than the men and women who risk their lives to keep us safe. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind. Ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
James Brown and Bill Cowher welcoming you back to Dennis Melvin's house. It's time for the Midnight Snack Run.
This is one turkey obstacle course. Sticking to healthy habits in this kitchen is going to take focus and determination, but it can be done, JB.
He's already entered the snack part of the course, and he's eyeballing a jar of chocolate candy.
That is tempting right off the start.
Uh-oh, he's reaching, Bill, but he pushes it away.
Great stiff arm.
He's approaching a plate of delicious-looking iced cookies.
Oh, Dennis, you only want one of those?
He blows right by him for the apple.
Oh, the fridge. It's make or break time, JB.
He stares down some rich-looking treats. Uh-oh, looks like he's headed for the soda. Wait, he jukes left, grabs the water bottle, and shuts the door with his elbow in record time.
Unbelievable move. I gotta see that again.
And he's out. He even turned off the light.
That's the way you execute a midnight snack run.
Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer.
Go to takeahealthystand.org.
Furnished by Stand Up to Cancer.
Duke can't hold for the rest of the half, but Flagg is dribbling on the March Madness logo. Now he's driving, and his shot on the way, it's good, and the foul. Quick first step and a late reaction from Aiden Sherrill. Trying to stop him is going to give Flagg a chance at a three-point play.
10 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, and a block in the first half for the fabulous freshman. Duke leading Alabama 46-37. We welcome you back to our Straight Talk Wireless studios, along with Nick Bod, Jason Horowitz. If you need more data so you can stream your jam mix on loop, switch to Straight Talk. Get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk at straighttalk.com. All right, Nick, so Duke defensively, for the better part of 15 minutes, was playing really well. Alabama got a little momentum. You think coming out of the locker room, we get one or two of those threes to fall, and we got a totally different ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. Try and just hang around, put some game pressure on Duke, and ultimately Bama's got to get the three pillars of Crimson Tide basketball on track: pace, the three-point line, and Mark Sears. I mean, those three things have to show up in a big way in this second half if Alabama's even going to get back into this game. And so we'll see what happens. I think you're going to see a very aggressive Mark Sears. So Duke's got to be locked in early. First 3-4 minutes, 3-4 possessions, you have to really make sure that Sears doesn't get an easy one, because if he gets one to go down, as we saw the other night, he can heat up in a hurry.
Yeah, and nobody in foul trouble either, which is big as we get to the second half, too. Both teams just had 16 fouls in the first half. 46-37. We go back to Scott Graham and Jordan Cornette on the other side. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Westwood One presents Great Moments in Tournament History.
March 28, 1992, a regional final classic between Duke and Kentucky. The Wildcats were up 103-102 with 2 seconds left in overtime and a berth in the Final Four on the line.
They're not going to guard Hill making the inbounds pass. Here's a high looper. There's Leitner. He turns. He shoots. It is good! Christian Leitner hits a turnaround 17-footer at the buzzer, and the Duke Blue Devils head to Minneapolis. My, oh my, oh my.
Mike Krzyzewski's squad went on to defeat Indiana and Michigan to become the first team in 2 decades to win back-to-back championships. But it was Leitner's shot that's remembered as another great moment in tournament history. I'm Kevin Kugler.
Here in the East Region Final, Duke went out to a 15-5 lead, and that pretty much held throughout the half. They lead here at the break over Alabama, 46-37, as these teams vie for a spot in next weekend's Final Four in San Antonio. Check the halftime stats, sponsored by Barbasol. Feeling great starts with a great shave, and great shaves start with Barbasol shaving cream. For whatever your day brings, choose Barbasol. It's a can of can-do. Alabama started the game shooting 7 out of 25. They ended the half 7 out of 10. Nobody with more than 6 points, and more importantly, Mark Sears just 1 of 4 for 2 points in that first half. On the other side, Kai Kneppel had a quick start to this ball game. He leads Duke with 11 points. Cooper Flagg, as you heard in the studio, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Ho-hum.
Yeah, I mean, how he's rebounding the basketball. Again, he's touching the game, letting it come to him. Not doing too much until it calls for him to decide this one. Everything seems so effortless with him.
Time now for the second half keys, sponsored by Wago. Trust your game, trust your wiring with Wago Electrical Connectors. Gear up at wago.com/hoops for your next electrical project. All right, how does Alabama get back in this game?
Alabama gets back in this game by moving that basketball in the half-court setting, taking it off the rim, and running. Mark Sears has got to hunt his. He now knows how the defense is going to come at him. When they switch things, immediately on that switch, when he's got a bigger defender, and yes, Duke can guard all 5 guys on the floor and switch everything, but when he has that advantage, he's got to strike right away coming out that ball screen. He has to attack that first guy that switches, try and get downhill or hunt that 3 ball, and they've got to activate their star.
So you're Duke, and you figured out a way to get a 10-point lead and pretty much kept it throughout the half. Is it more business as usual in half 2?
That's exactly right. You got to maintain that level of physicality, but there can be no let-up. In games like this, and why Duke has been so great all year, they've been defined by inflection points. As we've talked about them this week, you've heard me talk about inflection points. This is yet another one in this game. The game was at 6, turnover in the backcourt, back to double figures. It's now sitting where it is right now as a 9-point game. An inflection point is how Duke starts this second half. Can they match that with the foot on the gas and look to build?
Coming into this game, Alabama had played 3 tournament games, which, if you do the math, is 120 minutes. They had trailed for 4 minutes and 27 seconds total. In that first half, they trailed for 19 minutes and 41 seconds.
Beauty of this Alabama group is as ice cold as they were from 3 in that first half, and yes, credit Duke's defense to their approach. It's a dynamic offense. They've got a great coach. They lean into analytics. They're very thinking forward type group. They're going to find ways to get the looks that they need. They can get red hot. This game can be flipped in the blink of an eye. So nothing can be expected as we may see it in these final 20. These players are going to have to decide it, but Alabama will have the counter.
Alabama's been here twice before. And the Elite 8 lost to UConn back in 2004. They were an 8 seed that year. Last year, the big win over Clemson as the 4 seed to win the West region 89-82. And it was Mark Sears who hit a step-back three-pointer that basically sealed that game and punched Alabama's ticket to the Final Four, where they lost in the national semifinal to UConn. We'll see if they can dig back out here over the final 20 minutes. It's time for the start of the second half. Sponsored by Indeed.com. You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Start at Indeed.com/credit. Alabama with the basketball first to begin the half. Moving at the basket on our right. Long three-pointer from Youngblood is no good, and Matawatch down with a rebound for Duke. Blue Devils in the home white with the blue trim. Alabama in the traveling crimson with the white numerals and lettering. Duke going from our right to our left. Flag holding on the NCAA logo, part of the March Madness logo. Now takes the dribble, right side foul line extended. Spinning on Sears, not once but twice. Took him into the lane. Fadeaway jumper up, no good. Tap rebound comes out. There's going to be a foul call on the rebound, and it's going to be on Matawatch. There were 2 Alabama players there, Nelson and Sears, and Matawatch said, wait a minute, how could that be on me?
Matawatch, really good rebounding, really good block out. And this is what got the whistle. Mark Sears located a fundamentally sound block out, and obviously he gives up a lot of size. And I think the officials were baited into thinking he came over with some contact because of how sound the block out was from the star guard.
Sears is more than a foot shorter than Matawatch. Back the other way. And a three-pointer is good. A handoff from Sears to LeBaron Philon. The freshman drills it. 46-40. It's as close as Alabama has been in a while.
We've arrived at one of those inflection points. Does Duke have an answer?
Flag, alley-oop says there's your answer because Matawatch was there to jam it home. 48-40, back to an 8-point game. Philon a 3. Quick shot, no good. Tap rebound comes out to Proctor. Here comes Duke into the forecourt. Alabama got back quickly. Now they get it to Flag in rhythm. His 3 is a brick. And the rebound comes down to Omori for Alabama. Crimson Tide trying to push the pace if they can. Philon into the hands of Omori. And now Sears head of the circle. Sears with the dribble, hesitation, driving one-hander is up, and it is no good. Bounced twice off the rim. Matawatch now with the rebound for Duke.
Clean look for Sears right there. Got the defender in what we call jail. Got him on his posterior with the probing dribbles into the lane. Just could not finish the floater.
Just about 2 minutes into this second half. Proctor wide open three, left side, no good. Great box out by Youngblood. Ball gets knocked out of his hands over the sideline toward the Duke bench, and Alabama will keep it.
Youngblood wanted a foul right there, didn't get the whistle, but they did get possession.
Alabama into the forecourt, trailing by 8. They've been down almost the entire game. Phylon gets a screen from Sears, right side, foul line extended, throws back behind Sears. Thought about a 40-foot jumper, and now shake and bake dribble into the lane. Fadeaway jumper with the left hand, no good. Tapped rebound, comes back out. It's covered by Sion James for Duke. Up ahead, the pass is to Knippel in the lane. His give and go goes back to Proctor for a lay-in.
Incredible. Proctor delivers a Knippel on that baseline. Defense lets up for a little bit, and once they stand tall, Proctor cuts in front of him, catch a layup.
Back to a 10-point game, 50-40. Sears, step back three-pointer. Too strong off the back iron. Knippel, the long rebound for Duke.
Sears just does not seem to have it right now.
James across half court. Now waiting for a cutter. Hands off for Proctor. Proctor gets a high screen. The pick and roll is there. And the pass too high on the alley-oop for Malowacz. Nobody was on him. Alabama down with the basketball. Missed opportunity for the Blue Devils. Alabama trying to cash in. Sears leaves it for Omori, who misses his second dunk of the night with a left hand. Ball down to Flagg. He drives. His dunk is blocked. Oh, my. Wow. Grant Nelson went up and blocked the dunk from Flagg. Here comes Alabama. Sears with a three from the right corner. That's a big moment in this ball game. Alabama back within 7.
Incredible athleticism at the apex. Grant Nelson, who's hobbling, he's been bothered by that leg injury, blocks the shot of Cooper Flagg and gets it going the other way.
Under 16 left to play. Knippel with a drive, left hand, left side. Pull-up jumper, good. Knippel has been the go-to scoring guy. He's got 13 for Duke.
Just bullying in isolation on the left side. 1v1 basketball, and the offensive player having his way. Con Knippel.
Youngblood coming in from the right wing. Shot fake, shot up. Good, count it, and a foul. Great move by the veteran Chris Youngblood. And he'll have a chance to pay off a three-point play when we get back.
Coach Shire's group wanted to travel. Thought he shuffled the feet on the drive, Youngblood. Didn't get it. Heck of a move. Applying game pressure. Bama, no signs of going away to begin this second half.
Timeout on the court, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. You can save big when you bundle your auto, home, motorcycle, RV, or boat. Visit Progressive.com. Duke 52, Alabama 45 from the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network. This is the men's basketball tournament.
A dog? I'm not. I was born for a purpose. To bring you hope. To guide you out of darkness. To stand by you as you rediscover life. When past battles cloud your mind, I push them away.
Cheers, insiders and basketball fans worldwide. Joe Bowen here, the Hall of Fame voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Thanks for joining us for the Sick Kids Bracket Mania campaign on TSI, making a real difference in our Toronto community. From Toronto to Tokyo, Sudbury to Singapore, TSI is everywhere. Remember, a portion of every game's revenue goes directly to Sick Kids Hospital. Check out the live viewer map at TorontoSportsInsider.com. Let us know where you're watching from. Let's keep growing this global movement.
You heard the man. Go check the link that you see flying through the chat right now. It's also pinned in the description, and let us know where you're watching from and see where the rest of the world's watching from with us tonight. Good luck to your team.
Staff working inside VA hospitals. No other veterans organization has provided more real-time, ongoing support for paralyzed veterans and their families. PVA is proud to serve veterans across all branches, all generations, and all conflicts. Our nation's heroes fought for your independence. Join PVA in fighting for theirs at pva.org.
Do you like your protein crunchy, chewy, salty, or sweet? If you've got goals, Quest has cheats. From bars to protein milkshakes to chips and crackers, Quest Nutrition is big on protein, low on sugar, and huge on flavor. It's basically cheating. 7-point ball game. Duke on top, 15:38 left to go. And the buzz at that timeout about Grant Nelson blocking what was going to be a thunderous dunk from Cooper Flagg and not committing a foul in the process.
Selling out his body defensively, challenging the best player in college basketball. That fuels your group. Not only did it fuel the ball going the other way in transition, but it fuels a belief that, hey, if we're going to win this game, it's got to be an all-out effort, and we have to show time and time again we're the tougher team. In that sequence, they certainly were.
Youngblood trying to pay off the three-point play, and he hits the free throw after the second foul by Knippel. So back to a 6-point game. Alabama was this close in the first half and got a rebound, but lost the ball in the backcourt with a chance to cut it further. Knippel working right side. Alley-oop jammed home by Monowatch. You can just put that on loop. He came wide open, a perfect pass, and the big man jammed it home. Back to an 8-point game. Here's Sears. Struggling to shoot, gets it to Nelson. Thought about a left side three, now he'll drive. And contact and a charge. Guess who took it? The guy whose dunk he blocked. Cooper Flagg set his feet, there was a collision, and the foul call is on Grant Nelson. That is number 2 on Nelson.
And Coach Oates yelling at him on the sideline, and if I'm guessing correctly, it's, hey, if you don't have anything, move the basketball. How we win is with movement. Get this defense in rotation to find a good look. He drove, he didn't have anything. Retreat dribble, powered back up, and everyone in the gym knew where he was trying to get to, the rim, so Cooper Flagg steps in front and takes a predictable charge.
Duke brings it up, leading again by 8. Knippel on the outside. Sears trying to chase him around his screen. Another alley-oop. This one won't go, and the rebound knocked out of bounds, I believe. They're saying it's Duke ball. It looked to me like it last touched the foot of Sion James. They might have to take a look at this one. But the alley-oop was there, but just out of the reach of Monowatch. He tried to tip it in and couldn't. They're calling Duke basketball. That's not what I saw, partner.
Yeah, that's surprising. And Coach Oates and his group kind of resigned on their end. I didn't have the best angle from here, but surprising there's not a little bit more animation on that sideline given the call.
Duke inbounding from right in front of their own bench. Knippel takes a return pass after the inbound. Backing Sears down. His shot up, no good. He lost the handle on it midway through the shot, but he got the rebound and was fouled by Diabate. That ball slipped out as he was raising up to shoot. He got the shot up anyway and missed.
I mean, given matchups in this game, and yes, I'm keenly aware that Cooper Flagg is on this Duke team, but the best advantage offensively right now is Knippel and whichever guard in Sears or Holloway is guarding him, because he is just pounding that left shoulder into them, creating an ability to get into the paint and finish the basketball or draw a whistle.
Knippel's first free throw is good. You can hear every remaining moment of the NCAA men's and women's tournament on Alexa. Just ask your device to open Westwood One Sports. You'll be able to listen to all the action wherever you are. That's Open Westwood One Sports to listen on Alexa. Knippel, 14 points on the night. Second free throw is good. At one time this year, he made 38 of those in a row. Lead is 10 now, once again for Duke. 14 and a half left to play. Holloway back in the game for Alabama. Driving to the left elbow. Flag's right there to stop him. Now he takes him along the baseline. Shovels through near side. Youngblood's three, no good. Rebound for Amori on the offensive side. Out to Sears, three-pointer, no good. And James rips down the rebound at the foul line for Duke.
Sears got a wide open look off the offensive rebound. Best time to take a three. Back iron, just you can tell inside his head a little bit right now is there's no confidence in a guy who 2 sleeps ago hit 10 triples.
James taking his time with a dribble on the outside. They're using some clock here. Now they get it to Flagg. Flagg driving into the lane. Shot blocked from behind. Diabate got him. Alabama down with the basketball. Here's Youngblood driving into the lane. Pull-up jumper is good. Big turnaround right there and back to an 8-point game. 13:33 left to go. The winner goes to the Final Four. Duke has led basically throughout. And again, James taking a lot of time with his solo dribble near half court. They wait until the shot clock gets down to 12. Knipple gets the pass, cutting in the lane. Shot fake, fadeaway jumper, no good. Rebound picked off the ground by Diabate. Ahead to Holloway. Holloway step back, three-pointer. Missed almost everything. And Flagg down with a rebound for Duke.
A rush shot from Holloway right there.
Flagg driving, and he is fouled before he ever got to the shooting side of things. It's going to be on Mark Sears.
And there's a freedom in which this Alabama offense plays with. I get it. But there does still exist a bad shot, and that was certainly one from Holloway on the right wing. Defense was kind of in position, and he forced one. Had a chance with an opportunity, secondary break, find one of his guys to step in a rhythm three. Neglected to do that, and they take a low percentage one that they obviously can't convert, and it goes the other way for Duke.
Four-man substitution for Alabama. Three of the starters, Youngblood, Nelson, and Amori, all coming out of the ball game. New set of bodies on the floor right now for the Crimson Tide as Duke inbounds. Gungba in the ball game, takes the inbound. Right of the lane. Try to set it up with Flagg. Hands back behind to the freshman. Cooper Flagg running shot for the foul line. Sticks in between the rim and the backboard. Possession arrow belongs to Duke, so they will get it back.
The old basketball wedgie. Embarrassing for most, but if you're Cooper Flagg, there's no such thing for him.
He's only 4 of 14 from the floor tonight.
Con Knipple has been that consistent guy to go to. That's where the advantage is for their offense currently.
Flagg's going to come out of the ball game. Mason Gillis comes on to replace him for Duke. Blue Devils have missed their last 5 from the floor. They still lead it by 8. Gungba down on the right block. His shot no good, but he tied up the arms of Aiden Sherrill on the way up. Sherrill gets his second. Patrick Gungba is going to the free throw line. The official NCAA ticket exchange is the only NCAA-approved place to buy and sell authentic, 100% guaranteed Final Four tickets with other fans. Visit the official NCAA ticket exchange today at ncaa.com/exchange. Gungba's 74% from the line this year, hits on the first. His mom was a 2,000-point scorer at GW.
As if you're not already supposed to listen to your mother. Certainly have to, and that's it.
Second one no good, but they play volleyball with the rebound. It's knocked out of bounds, and it last touched Duke. That was a hustle play by Mason Gillis, who punched at that ball off the rebound. Duke nearly corralled it, but it'll go back to Alabama.
Would have been a massive momentum play for this group, already with a 9-point lead. But a 50-50 win like that can even flip it more on its head.
Alabama in the forecourt now. Stevenson, right side foul line extended. Get it off for Holloway up on top. They go to the far side. Drive into the lane, and Reed had it knocked away on his drive. Duke with the steal into the forecourt. 9-point lead, 12:20 to go. And into the lane, Foster is fouled as he tried to come to a jump stop. It's going to be on Holloway. I think his feet were slipping out from underneath him, whether Holloway hit him or not. Maybe not.
And either way, it's very clear from this Duke perimeter. If it's Holloway defending you or if it's Philon defending you, take that ball to the basket. They don't have the physicality to provide a resistance for preventing you from getting to the rim.
Inbound, Knipple, wide open. Layup with the left hand is good, and it's a double-digit lead again. 59-48. Knipple has 17. And now a touch foul on the outside on Foster. Sarcastic applause from the Alabama fans. The third team foul on Duke and the first on Caleb Foster. Crimson Tide will inbound just inside the hash mark on the far side of the floor. Alabama, a Final Four team last year. Nate Oates talked about the goal being to get back there and win it all. They've got a lot of work to do in the final 12 minutes. Here's Holloway handing back behind. Philon. Hesitation, shake and bake dribble. Now pull-up jumper left side, no good. And we got a whistle, kind of a late one. But apparently, LeBaron Philon got fouled on the shot by Tyrese Proctor. His second. There's going to be free throws for Alabama when we come back. 11:50 to play. Duke 59, Alabama 48. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Progressive knows RV owners like to travel at a nice, relaxing pace. Just like this commercial. They're not rushing to a departure gate at the airport because they depart from their driveway. And they can relax even more knowing they're protected by Progressive. Now here comes the fast part. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
Ball above all. Am I right, y'all? Any questions?
Professor, NCAA Division I women's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to get loud? Rep your squad? Get your players hyped up to go all the way to the ship? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/WBB tickets.
In the face of uncertainty, some things remain steady, like the Cummins 2027 X15. Built on 25 plus years of experience and delivering up to 4% better fuel efficiency in a weight-neutral system, the X15 gives you the strength to move forward fearlessly and confidence that no matter the obstacle, you can and will rise above it. The 2027 X15, forever rising. Estimates based on preliminary testing. Individual results may vary.
59-48, 11:52 left to play with Duke on top. It's time for the Coles fact of the game. In the past 60 years, only 3 coaches made the Elite Eight in 2 of their first 3 seasons as a Division I coach. Tark the Shark, Jerry Tarkanian in 71 and 72. Bill Guthridge, 1998 and 2000. And the guy who's got a double-digit lead here in the Elite Eight, John Shire, last season and this year. That's the fact of the game, sponsored by Kohl's. Make this spring a stylish one with on-trend looks for every occasion when you shop at Kohl's and Kohl's.com, where families come first. 59-48, free throws coming for Alabama. Time is getting short. If you're joining us late, 15-5 Duke to begin the ball game, double-digit lead. It's pretty much hung around there. Alabama's been able to get no closer than 6. Mark Sears was on the bench when play stopped at the foul line. As they come back out, Mark Sears is still on the bench.
And you got to imagine maybe that lasts for a minute or 2 more, but it's almost like okay, here's a reset. You got a clear canvas for the final once it dips under 10 minutes to go help decide this game in a positive manner.
Baron Philon hits on his first. He has really grown into his role as a starter. Started the last 11 games, 28 starts on the season, and he hits them both. Alabama has made every one of their free throws so far, 7 of them, back to within 9. That was the deficit at halftime. Now we've got 11:45 left to play. Duke playing well with the lead all night. Foster's got the basketball. Finds the cutter. Proctor, foul line jumper is good.
Play 2 on his side, this Duke team. A little bit down screen from Malawach. Curl right to the elbow for a rhythm jumper from Proctor.
Holloway drives in among the trees, down along the baseline. Lost the handle on the ball, but saved it. They get it back outside for Reed. Reed driving, and he is fouled by Mason Gillis.
Duke refuses.
Oh, check that. It's going to be on Foster.
Duke refuses to let anything come to the rim. If you're going to convert, it's going to be a challenge mid-range, a challenge three, but nothing is going to come at the goal.
4 fouls for Duke, 5 for Alabama. Crimson Tide inbound from the baseline. Philon with the dribble at the foul line. Shot fake, throw back behind into the hands of Holloway. Long three-pointer, shot no good. And the rebound covered up with 2 hands by Tyrese Proctor for the Blue Devils. Duke walks it across now as we cross 11 minutes left to go here in the ballgame. Duke by 11. Proctor trying to find Flag on a cut. Nothing there. Gets it to Gillis. Gillis now to Proctor. Left of the lane. Driving shot is good. Nelson was helping and then turned his back. Duke matches their largest lead of the game up by 13. Alabama needs something. They get it inside for Nelson. 2 around him. He kicks to the corner. Left side 3. No good for Philon. Caleb Foster the rebound for Duke. And they'll walk it across once again.
A defensive masterpiece continues for this Duke team. Philon had a little bit of daylight, went in and out, coughed up like a sour grape.
Don't forget, Duke was 6th in the nation in field goal percentage defense and 7th in scoring defense coming in. Caleb Foster thought about a drive from the right side, now hands to Flag. 4 left to shoot. He drives, kicks left. 3-pointer for Proctor, no good. Good position for Grant Nelson, and the rebound for Alabama. Under 10 to play. Holloway in the forecourt, a 3-pointer, too strong. Reed got the rebound. Philon, left side 3, he got it. Big play by Darian Reed, the freshman, to keep the possession alive. And Alabama back once again within 10.
A back iron miss from Holloway from beyond the arc allowed for a long rebound for Reed to gather and deliver to Philon for an easy baseline triple.
And Duke is going to take a timeout as they come into the forecourt. Alabama was preparing to make 3 substitutions for Nate Oates. But Duke has decided to stop play with 9:31 left to go. Scott Graham, Jordan Cornette here at our Grainger broadcast position in Newark. Keep your team moving forward with Grainger. With over 1 million industrial-grade products, Grainger can help your business get a leg up. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. 63-53. The winner goes to San Antonio. We already know that Florida is going as well. They were down by 9 with 3:14 to go in their Elite 8 game, the regional final. They went on an 18-4 run to end it. They win 84-79 to punch their ticket to the Final Four.
It has to make you feel like anything's possible, right? At this point, this Alabama team is a team that is not going to give up. We do know that. But what we've yet to see is a Duke team that allows the opposition to get back into it. At every turn where you keep hearing me say inflection points, where this game can be flipped, tilted the other way, Duke has a set play draw, or they get an extra offensive rebound, or they knock down a difficult shot, or they get a big-time rebound or win a 50-50 basketball. Alabama has threatened. Can Alabama put together a string of stops here to surpass the 10-point deficit, get it to 6, and then truly get over that?
Timeout on the court, 63-53 Duke with 9:31 to go. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
You can listen to the live stream of every remaining game of both the men's and women's tournaments on the Westwood One Sports app and WestwoodOneSports.com. Sponsored by Masa Chips. Classic tortilla chips fried in 100% grass-fed beef tallow. No seed oils, no fake ingredients, just real crunch. Code MM30. Get you 30% off your first order at MasaChips.com. Duke by 10, 63-53. And the Blue Devils, after their timeout with the basketball, inbounding from the far sideline. Sears back in the ball game now for Alabama. Out of the timeout. The inbound is to James. He's picked up at half court by LeBaron Feinlaw. James with a left-hand dribble. It's a high screen. Back behind the man who set the screen, Cooper Flagg. He throws back to the top now to Proctor. Proctor waiting for a cutter. Shot clock down to 10. And there's a pocket pick. Feinlaw driving, and he is fouled hard by Cooper Flagg, who was trying for the block. Feinlaw was going to potentially dunk that ball. Even at 6'4", he was flying in. Flagg got more hand than basketball, but he was going after the ball. And you're going to get a couple of foul shots coming here for Feinlaw.
High-level understanding of what was coming defensively as Feinlaw kind of circled from that right wing to power up. Knew a layup wouldn't be good enough. With 6'9", Cooper Flagg, uber athletic, trailing the play. To try to lay it up, Cooper Flagg would have rejected it. He knew the only way was a collision at the rim trying to dunk the basketball, and he draws the whistle.
Feinlaw just hit a pair of free throws a couple of moments ago. Hits the first. He's got 14. Spruce is a new weed and grass killer with 9 simple yet effective ingredients that are safe for use around people, pets, and bees when used as directed. Spruce works differently by dehydrating the weed down to the roots. Feinlaw missed on the second, so we stay at a 9-point game as we come up on 9 minutes left to go. Duke into the forecourt. It's James inside half court. Throws to the big man, Malawach. Malawach leaves back behind for Knipple. Knipple on the right side. Knifes into the lane. Nothing there. Throws back behind. And now gets a return pass. He'll drive right side of the lane. Great dunk down low. And an easy 2 for Sion James.
Knipple would not be denied on the drive. Couldn't go one-on-one. Drew 2 defenders. Then he dumps off to a cutting James for the dunk. Credit the drive of Knipple to serve as a catalyst for points.
Back to an 11-point game. Diabate going to try to post up on Proctor. Good idea. Shot blocked by Flagg, but they're going to call goaltending. Flagg took one giant step over and got the ball, but in the estimation of the officials, it was on its way down.
And we're going to get a look at a replay. Oh, no, we're not. We're going to look at the Sion James dunk. And look, I think the ball was coming down. Big play. We did see the replay really quickly there. I don't know. Looked like it might have still been going up to me.
9-point game, 8:10 left to play. Knipple with the dribble head of the circle. Spins into the lane. Left-handed shot, no good. Flying in for the rebound was Feinlaw, and you're going to get a foul call off of that rebound. It's going to be, I believe, on Duke, and it's going to be... Was it indeed Knipple?
Yeah, it's going to be on Knipple. He went through and ripped the arm right there. And you got to call the foul because otherwise the ball would have gone out of bounds and been a turnover. And it was forced by him hitting the forearm.
I just watched the replay. I don't think he hit a thing.
Oh, there's definitely. They didn't show it. I heard contact from over here. It sounded like
it actually looked like he hit the ball.
Maybe it was ball we heard.
7th team foul, so free throws now for Alabama. The 1-and-1. Feinlaw makes the first. Look, I didn't play the game at the level that you did. I'm going with you.
Well, I never agree with officials, so I'm always happy to jump on board with you, partner.
You seem very nice with them before the game when they come over and say hi.
Well, you try and butter them up.
Feinlaw hits his second. He's got 16, 11 since halftime. 7-point ball game. 8 minutes left to play. Both cheering sections behind the respective benches now standing here in Newark. Big time spot in the game. Here's James along the outside. Feinlaw picking him up. James throws back behind for Flagg. Cooper Flagg starts to work on Nelson. Now switch to Sears. Sears working on Flagg. Nearly knocked the ball away. 4 left to shoot. And a floater from Flagg is good along the right baseline. When he needed to do it, he did. He's got 12.
So cerebral in the pressure moments, and his size from that short corner allows him to float it over the defense.
Nelson shovel back behind. Diabate driving to the left block. Shot is an air ball. Nelson got the rebound. The putback went in and out. And the rebound down to Duke. 7:07 left to play. And Flagg deliberately walks it across half court for the Blue Devils. They've been running each possession like this. Flagg waiting for cutters. There's one Proctor on the left side from the left wing. Lost the ball, or did he? Was it a left-handed shovel pass down low? Monowatch picks it up and dunks it home. 69-58. Sears on a drive. And a foul call coming on Sion James along the baseline as Sears tried to bring it underneath the hoop.
It is Mark Sears doing whatever he can to try and generate something, but this Duke defense is unrelenting and throwing different bodies at him. Sears worn down, a little bit of frustration. Luckily, he got a bailout whistle in that sequence.
Duke had a lead at halftime. They still lead it by 11. Time out of the floor with 6:39 left to go. Duke 69, Alabama 58. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
O'Reilly. Get one free set of Brake Best brake pads when you buy 2 Brake Best Select brake rotors. You can upgrade to Brake Best Select brake pads for just $10 more. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20 more. Visit your local O'Reilly Auto Parts. Offer in-store only. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Listen up, fellow Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. Let's do it again and get vaccinated, because we're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit VaxAssist.com and schedule a vaccine today. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol, America's #1 brand of shaving cream. Barbasol's thick and rich lather gives you a close, comfortable shave for just half the price of gels.
Barbasol. It's time for basketball, and right now, Uber Eats has deals on McDonald's, Popeyes, Pizza Hut, Wendy's, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a hamburger. Get game day deals now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
All right, Jason Horowitz, Nick Baugh, back with you here in our Westwood One studios. Get back to Newark in a second. 69-58. Blue Devils have the lead on the Crimson Tide. Nick, at no point in this second half has Alabama been closer than 6, so they're playing with dangerous fire here with the last 6:39.
No doubt about it, but with a team like Alabama and the way they can shoot the 3, a lead can evaporate quickly, and all we have to do is go all the way back to the first game of the night to look at a situation where there was a team in Texas Tech that was leading by 9 with just about 3 or 4 minutes left, and that lead went away because of the 3-point shot. When you got a guy like Mark Sears, just like Florida had Walter Clayton, and the way Bama can shoot the 3, you never know. Bama just hanging around. Duke's got to stay locked in on Sears and the 3-point line.
You do like the time, though. Alabama plays the math game with going fast, and Duke's not letting them do that. Don't forget, you can always listen anywhere on the new Westwood One Sports app. Back to Scott Graham, Jordan Cornette.
Well, to expand on that point, Alabama shooting just 36%. 2 nights after they set an NCAA record with 25 made threes, they've got 8 tonight on 30 attempts. And Mark Sears, who had 34 points in that ball game, has 5 tonight on 2 of 9 shooting, 1 for 4 from 3. He was fouled by Sion James before the timeout, and he gets to go to the free throw line now. The left-hander studies the rim, fires, and misses. Stevenson got the rebound for Alabama. The Duke men went to sleep, and Alabama gets a timeout as Stevenson had nowhere to go with the ball and was falling over the baseline.
Heck of an effort from Stevenson to even try and get his hands on it, let alone get his hands on it and toe the line to get a timeout before stepping on the timeline. Mark Sears is stinking with every release of the basketball. He's not playing with that lack of conscience that propelled him to the 10 threes. Of course, a three-point line will give Alabama a chance. Different from any other team because of the confidence Coach Oates instills in this group. To have amnesia, forget about a bevy of misses, and go in hot pursuit of the next make. This group has such a freedom with their offense. They're not going to worry about too many of the misses. The only guy it seems to be lingering with is Mark Sears.
Let's check the attendance, sponsored by Uber Eats. Uber Eats is delivering game day deals from hundreds of your local favorites all week. Order now on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details. 19,068 people in attendance here tonight in Newark, and they have been making noise throughout this one. So Alabama used the timeout. That means they've got 2 left. And they'll inbound from the baseline far side, trailing by 11. 6:36 left to play. Trying to get it in. Philon finally does to Stevenson in the corner on the left side. And now back to Philon to set him up top. With the dribble. Fires to Youngblood. Left side. Youngblood driving in the paint. Shot no good. And the rebound ripped down by Sion James for the Blue Devils.
Malawatch doesn't block this shot, but he alters the angle, taking away the ability for Youngblood to convert.
And again, Duke will take it across half court and dribble some time away. Flag doing the honors, and his pass went right through the 5-hole on Knipple. It ends up on the floor, and we've got a held ball. So the ball's going back to Alabama. You got to look how exactly that happened. Knipple just took his eye off the ball, went right between his legs.
Yeah, that's just a giveaway. You can tell frustration from a possession where you can really put the foot on the neck of this Alabama team, but Alabama still has life, clinging to it at this point, but still have a pulse.
9 turnovers for Duke, a team that averaged fewer than 6 in the NCAA tournament. But they still have an 11-point lead. Under 6 minutes left to play. Here's Stevenson. Far side for Nelson on the left side. Goes into the lane. His shot is up. It's no good. And James the rebound. Again, Malawatch was right there again, altering the shot. Every time Alabama goes up, they feel the presence of the 7-footer. Here's Flag, right side. Behind the back pass to the top of the circle. Driving is James. His shot blocked. But a foul call. It'll be on Grant Nelson, his 3rd. And Sion James is going to the line. You can listen to Westwood One's exclusive coverage of both the NCAA men's and women's basketball tournaments for free on the Varsity Network app. Listen to every game remaining live or on demand. Download the Varsity Network app now and search NCAA Championships.
Partner, I wouldn't be doing my job if I don't stress just how physical a brand of basketball this Duke group plays from 1 through 5 on the floor.
First one is good for James.
Malawatch the rim protector with the length and athleticism. But this perimeter of James, Knipple, even Proctor with his size, and he leans in a little bit of physicality. Then you've got 6'9", all-world Cooper Flag. It grinds on you in a 40-minute basketball.
Second free throw, no good. Diabate down with the rebound. Duke a complete basketball team, no doubt about it. They're up 12. 5:20 left to go. Philon, hands back behind to Sears for Alabama. Back to Philon, far side. Top of the circle, finds Sears. Deep three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound ripped down by Knipple, and he is hit on the rebound as he falls to the floor. The foul call will be on Alabama.
We joked that maybe Sears should take a break 2 nights ago so he doesn't leave room for some makes come tonight against Duke. He's now getting some pretty clean looks. He cannot convert.
He's got 2,840 career points, first among active players, second on the Alabama scoring list behind Reggie King. But frustration on what could be his final night if this doesn't turn around as Knipple hits on the first. If you're joining us late, Duke jumped out quickly to a 15-5 lead. Alabama's been able to get no closer than 6 since then. And now with that made free throw, the biggest lead of the night for the Blue Devils, 72-58, 5 minutes left to go. Duke fans are standing in salute of their defense. Philon passing around the outside. trying to direct some traffic. They'll take a screen on the left side. Now cuts back to the right. In the lane. Shot up. No good. 3 in a row right off the rim. Maluach came down with the rebound, but he's going to get called for traveling. He was kind of locked up there with Diabate. And that'll be a Duke turnover after the big man came down with the board.
And there's certainly a lot of contact there, hence the boos.
Nate Oates trying everything right now. Gets Diabate out of the game, gets Nelson back in. They are trying anything to generate some offense and to cut into this Duke lead. Blue Devils are playing with the lead masterfully. They have all game. Reed, key in the inbound. You're not going to get it in. Finally did, right before the 5-second call, to Stevenson on the left. Backing in, throwing through near side. They reverse the basketball. Sears fakes a 3. Flag cut him off on a drive. Now he drives down into the lane and he travels.
Incredible effort from Cooper Flag. The closeout eliminates the three-point look from the left wing from Sears. Job not finished. Sears drives the basketball. He stays with him by moving laterally. Takes away the drive, makes him meet a chest, frustrates him. Sears travels.
Duke will walk it across. One step closer to San Antonio. A 14-point lead, 4:20 to go, and they hold and use clock once again. They've done this through most of this second half. Flag with the dribble at the midcourt stripe. Shot clock down to 10. Looking for a cutter, gets it to Knippel, left side. Driving, alley-oop attempt, knocked away. Alabama stole it, and they're out on the run. Here's Sears. Driving on the right side, and he's called for an offensive foul. He threw a forearm shiver, trying to figure out a way to make some space for himself. Alabama fans can't believe the call, but Sears very clearly threw the forearm.
Yeah, just frustrated he couldn't get away from Proctor. And he knew Proctor was inevitably leading him to length to block the shot. He had nowhere to go, so he throws an egregious arm bar, and that's absolutely a charge.
Timeout on the floor with 3:57 left to play. We're getting closer to a coronation ceremony here in Newark. Duke 72, Alabama 58. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
In the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I need new rotors.
When you buy 2 Duralast rotors during our spring sale, you get Duralast brake pads free.
Free?
With the rotors.
Well, that's great. What if I need extra stopping power?
You can upgrade to Duralast Gold pads for just $10.
So Duralast pads are free?
Yep.
And an upgrade is just $10?
That's right. Part of the spring sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed sponsored jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost.
What's up, insiders? Thanks for hanging out with us. And if you're new here, basketball fans, welcome. Thanks for becoming an insider and hitting that subscribe button. Turning on that bell so you don't miss it when we go live for every single game of March Madness. We did 53 games in 4 days, raising money for Sick Kids Hospital in Toronto as part of our Bracket Mania campaign. Just by being here, you're making a difference. And with that, I ask you to please continue making that awesome difference by sharing this link out and getting it out to the world. The more people that click on the link that you share, the more YouTube will find more and more basketball fans from all over the world to come hang out with us. Thank you for doing that. We'll see you back in the chat, and go
The
Gators!
U.S. women's national team faces off against Brazil in the first ever professional women's sporting event at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles on Saturday, April 5th. To secure your seats, visit ussoccer.com/tickets. 3:57 to go. Trip to the Final Four on the line. The Duke Blue Devils have held Alabama at arm's length all night, and they lead by their biggest margin right now, 72-58.
What a connected group of Duke Blue Devils. For anybody who thought it was Cooper Flagg and the others, I got news for you. A lot of guys out here defensively is where I've been most impressed with this Duke team, taking away the head of the snake and Mark Sears.
Duke breaks the pressure after inbounding the basketball, and Flagg going to be bothered by Stevenson, and they're going to foul him. Now, interesting thought there. It'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Cooper Flagg, but Alabama doesn't have the time left to allow Duke to bleed 15, 18 seconds off the clock, just holding it inside half court.
And this Duke team is so, because there's no flaws, they're also really good from the free throw line. So they're not going to open too much of a door here either for Alabama to sneak in.
This is the last 1-and-1 opportunity. From here on in, it'll be 2-shot fouls. Cooper Flagg on the night 1 for 1 from the line. He's got 12 points on just 5 for 15 shooting the basketball. Shot is up. Shot is good. He does have 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Blocked a couple of shots. First team All-American. As a freshman, nails the second. 16-point game. It's a 9-0 Duke run. Phylon. Crossover dribble. Lost the handle on the ball. Lost the ball. It's picked up off the ground by Knipple for Duke. They save the possession. They'll trot it across. Sears working on Flagg. They come for a double team. And now Duke is playing keep away. Far side of the floor. Proctor's got it. Still with the dribble alive. Back to Flagg. Shot clock down to 10. And Flagg lost his footing but dribbled his way right back up again. Spinning now into the lane. Shot up and good. Cooper Flagg sends Duke to the 11-0 run. 76-58. Alabama with under 3 to go. Sears driving into the paint. His shot is up. It's no good. And the rebound taken down by Malawach, who's fouled. Such frustration from Sears, sitting on the ground. He's trying to shove defenders away. He's trying to get an open look. He finally had, basically a bunny underneath, and he missed that one.
And it's almost like when he played off 2, he was still, even though he had a look, still worried, where's Malawach? How can he block this shot? And because of that, it made a miss from point-blank range.
This is an 11-0 run for Duke over the last 4:42. Alabama hasn't scored in more than 5 minutes. And Malawach, despite being 7'2", has shot free throws pretty well this year. Rattles the first one home. 76% shooter.
Look, Malawach, we talked a lot about Knipple. We talked a lot about Flagg. Malawach impacts this game on every possession. As a screener, as a rim protector, as a dive guy, he's such an important chess piece as an anchor on both sides of the floor.
Second one is good. The run now 13-0. It's a 20-point game. 2:50 left to go. Holloway with the basketball up on top, and you're going to get a foul call off the ball. Knipple called for a hold. He was jawing a little bit with Terry Oglesby. That's not something you want to do when you're up 20 with 2:47 left. They were trying to keep Sears from getting the basketball. And now John Shire calls Knipple over because it was his 4th foul, but also we don't need that right now, I'm assuming.
You just want to get through this cleanly, these last 2 minutes and 47 seconds. Again, Coach Shire said this is the toughest game to coach in, the Elite 8 game. Shows how high of a level his Duke Blue Devils are currently playing at.
Sears hits on the first. Unbelievable performance here on Thursday night, exuding confidence. We talked to him yesterday. He also said there are things that he can do to affect the game even if the three's not going. Duke took every one of those things away tonight. Left-hander gets the basketball, fires, and it's no good. Malawacz down with a rebound over everyone. Duke's going to try to walk it across. Bama's going to try to trap. Cooper Flagg into the forecourt, dribbles to the key, and then all the way back out to the top. Off for James. They're going to bother him. 2:30 left to play. Double team coming. And James calls for a timeout. Duke will have one left. He was trapped and made the wise decision not to give up the basketball. 2:28 left. Duke by 20. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Lowe's knows that your deadlines don't change, even when your job does. But with Lowe's Buy Online, Pick Up in Store, we'll help you adjust on the fly. And when you absolutely can't leave the project, we can deliver to your job site as soon as same day. Lowe's knows pros. We help, you save. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
2:28 to go, 78-59. Duke on top by 19. Florida advanced to the Final Four with a miracle comeback against Texas Tech earlier tonight. Florida's going to the Final Four. We have never had 4 teams from the same conference as the members of the Final Four. The closest we got was the Big East in 1985 with St. John's, Georgetown, and the eventual champion, Villanova. Unless Alabama's got some kind of massive miracle here, we're not going to have 4 teams from the SEC in this year's Final Four. Cooper Flagg trying to throw the alley-oop. It's knocked away by Diabate. He takes it down himself. Driving shot is good. Diabate made the defensive play and the offensive play. Still a 17-point game with 2:10 left to go.
Diabate's got a lot of Herb Jones in him. Defensively trying to impact the game. A lefty plays with an edge, gets out on the open floor and finishes.
Duke breaks pressure, but they don't. Nelson a steal and a lay-in. Long pass to half court was stolen. Nelson lays it in. 15-point game. 1:53 left to play. The thing is, as much as Alabama comes up with defensive stops and baskets here, it's a big cushion that Duke still has. Flagg trying to inbound and does for James. James nearly had it taken away, but that's going to be a foul call on Diabate.
James brought that thing up by his head underneath his own goal, trying to get across the timeline and ultimately get momentum going the other way. And when he brought it up over his head, Diabate almost split from behind and took that thing right away.
So they'll walk it all the way back down to the other end. And Sion James, grad transfer from Tulane. What a big part of this he has been. Has the ball in his hands for good chunks of the game. ACC all-defensive team this year. His first one is good. And that is a veteran presence to go along with the incredible and talented youth group of freshmen that Duke brought in. Duke's hit 16 of their 19 free throws tonight. They get 17 out of 20. So James now stretches the lead back to 17. He's got 9 points on the night. Just $1:50 left to go here in Newark.
Scott, how good is this Duke basketball team? I don't even know if we can do it justice talking about it. This group is so thoroughly complete.
Bailon thought about a step-back three. Here comes Sears. Sears driving into the lane. His shot is up. It's short. James comes up with a rebound. Alabama's going to try to press him again, but there's only 90 seconds left to go. Flagg had the ball knocked out of his hands by Sears. It went over the sideline. It'll stay Duke's way with 1:26 left.
And Sears' last offering, a floater in the lane, not blocked, but altered by Malawacz.
Alabama, the #1 scoring team in the country. 91.4 points per game. They've got 63 right now with 1:26 to go. That tells you all you need to know about the way Duke played in this game defensively. And all the way back, as Duke's going to take a timeout, when we began talking about this one, partner, we said with two great offensive teams, the team that plays better defense is going to have the major advantage, and that has been Duke tonight.
Only team in the field, top 5 in offensive efficiency as well as defensive efficiency. Speaks how complete they are. Defense led the way. We also said your stars have to be stars. Cooper Flagg, this Duke team will ride him. Well, they did, and some other guys. But Alabama needed Mark Sears to be special. And defensively, Duke was not going to allow that this evening.
And one of the things we have to stress is that it was a 10-point lead quickly. Alabama never got closer than 6 to this point, and down 17 right now. This is a very good Alabama team that they are dicing up here tonight.
Yeah, Duke's just making it a habit of making really good teams look second class when they play them. Duke came out here with a game plan. They were going to blow up pick and rolls. They were going to always switch or keep a body in front of Sears. They weren't going to let anything at the rim, and they were going to run guys off the three-point line. All of that happened tonight. I mean, this became a very anemic Bama offense. Credit this Duke defense tonight.
So with 1:26 left to go, Duke's got the basketball out of the timeout. Duke doesn't have any left. They probably will not need one with a 17-point lead. And 86 seconds left to play. Alabama's not rolling over. They're not giving up. Guarding the inbound. Ball comes in. Knippel's got it. They'll defend him. Double team coming. He throws away from it. They've done a great job of playing keep away. Flagg throwing to the far corner. Now Knippel's got it back again. Driving into the lane. Jump stop, throw back, Proctor 3. And there's your exclamation point. A three-pointer for Tyrese Proctor. 1:03 to go. It's a 20-point Duke lead. Sears driving, wraparound pass, and a two-fisted dunk for Grant Nelson for Alabama. 55 seconds left to go. And off the inbound, a foul in an 18-point game. They foul Knippel. He's going to walk all the way back down the other end. And one of the best free throw shooters in America is going to shoot 2. It was this day last year when Duke beat the number 1 seed Houston in the regional semifinal in Dallas by a 54-51 score. That advanced them to the Elite 8. They were one step from the Final Four. To get there, they had to beat the team from their conference. And North Carolina State, which had a charm tournament last year, you and I saw the beginning of it in Pittsburgh last year, moved on, beat Duke, and advanced to the Final Four.
Certainly, I don't want to say motivated this Duke team, because every year the motivation is championships. Expectation this year may have been even higher than normal for Duke because of the arrival of Cooper Flagg and the freshmen around him, and they always have great freshmen. When you have a generational talent like Cooper Flagg, comes an even greater expectation, but this group seems unbothered by all that. Keeps everything about the locker room and the team and the mission in front of them. It was Alabama here to get to the Final Four, and they dismantled this Alabama team in every category, every vertical of the game.
First one for Knippel is good. He's had a big game tonight. He had 20 here on Thursday. He's got 20 here again tonight. Second free throw is on the way, and it's good. 85-65. 53 seconds left to go. Alabama racing into the forecourt with the basketball. They had high hopes for the rest of this season, and they don't want it to end. Wild three-pointer from Chris Youngblood is no good. They're still not calling off the dogs. Flagg into the forecourt, has a double team on him. Doesn't have a timeout to use. Cuts the defenders in 2 and passes off to the big man, Maluach, and now back over to Knippel, who holds the ball on his hip. Folks wearing blue are standing in the crowd here in Newark. Knippel dribbling clock away. Shot clock winding down. Knippel shot up, no good. Fight for the rebound. Monowatch has it. He's not shooting it. They're shoveling it back outside. Duke will dribble the clock away. 4 seconds left to go. Proctor lets out a yell. And so does the Duke crowd. In just the third year after Coach K, Duke is returning to basketball's biggest stage. He won an NCAA title as a player. He won an NCAA title as an assistant. And now Jon Scheyer is bringing this Duke team to the Final Four as the head coach. 85-65, the final here in Newark. Duke advances to the Final Four.
Complete dominance from this Duke team. A couple moments where Alabama threatened, but this group stayed focused, stayed cerebral, and very disciplined, very deliberate in what they were doing. Stayed the task for 40 minutes. Was not Cooper Flagg and the rest. It hasn't been all year. Yes, he's an incredible talent, but all of these guys played a role. And at times, different guys taking over the game to propel them to San Antonio. This is arguably the best team in the country. They've earned their rightful spot as one of the Final Four teams.
Lots of hugs, but a business-like approach from this Duke team as they get their championship T-shirts and championship caps. They are going to the Final Four, 85-65, the final score in this one. And congratulations to go all around. We are joined by Cooper Flagg, who got himself to the Final Four in his freshman year, along with the teammates who played a near-perfect game. Congratulations.
Thank you.
In terms of what you guys did defensively, is that what set the tone early on?
I think so. I mean, something that we kind of pride ourselves preparing for this game was Duke defense. Something we've done all year long and just stick to what we do, play Duke defense, and that's what it looks like.
Cooper, when you commit to Duke, you come here to play for national championships. You're 2 games away. You're going to the Final Four. As a young kid, I imagine this is something you dream of. How does it feel right now?
Absolutely. I mean, this is the dream for all of us on the team. I mean, this is the moments that you dream about as a little kid. So, I mean, it's just a real feeling. I know moving on to San Antonio has been our goal all year long. So, just so incredibly blessed to be here.
You guys do an amazing job of playing with emotion and yet a business-like approach to everything you do. How do you do that?
I mean, I think it's just about being competitive, but composed and poised. I mean, that's something that coaches talk to us all year long, and just being really poised. I mean, we're freshmen. We had to grow up fast. So it's just something that coaches kind of instilled in us since day one.
Cooper, you guys are elevating, and you're elevating at the right time. What is this group captured right now as you dap up the big fella? What have you guys captured right now with your group that has you guys ascending in the way you are?
I mean, I think it's just our togetherness. That's something that coaches talked about the whole tournament so far. Is we're just coming together at the right time. We've been together all year long, but I think it's just reaching a new level right now, coming together, competing for each other, and just playing as hard as we physically can.
Cooper, awesome. Go enjoy this with your teammates.
Thank you.
Congratulations and good luck.
Congratulations.
And it's Cooper Flagg, guy who
impressive young man.
Not even arguably the best player in America this year, and now in his freshman year he is going to the Final Four along with his Duke Blue Devils teammates, winners by an 85-65 score. And we are now joined here courtside by Jon Scheyer. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
It seemed that you guys set a tone immediately in this game, not just with the 15-5 run, but defensively you were doing just about everything you wanted to do early.
Well, we knew how explosive Alabama's offense is, and I think for us, we've had a pride on defense all year, and we thought this is a great chance to make a statement. We feel like our defense is right there with anybody's, and I thought our guys just played their butts off. And we're so connected on that end.
Head of the snake, Mark Sears. The job you guys did on him, masterful. The game plan, masterful. How pleased were you with your defensive approach and how you took him away tonight?
Well, you know what? When you watch him have 25 threes, Sears has 10 threes himself, it scares you. But I think the worst thing you could do is get overextended. And I thought our guys did a great job of using our size, using our length, and keeping them in front.
You represent Duke basketball. You won as a player. You won as an assistant coach.
Insiders, thanks so much for hanging out with us today during our Sick Kids Hospital and Toronto Sports Insider Bracket Mania campaign for the madness. Joe, please tell everybody in the chat more about our Sick Kids Hospital campaign.
Hey, Insiders! First and foremost, Mike and Allison want to thank you for being part of this amazing community. With March Madness in full swing, we need your help. This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. The TSI Bracket Mania campaign is raising money for Sick Kids Hospital in Toronto. Through the Final Four, a portion of the proceeds from every single game goes directly to sick kids. Click the pinned link in the chat or to the description to donate. Every bit helps. Can't donate? No problem. Just share the campaign with your friends or on social media to help make a huge impact. Click the link and holy Mackinac, let's help heal the future today.
Career. It's a Duke player career, an assistant coach, now as the head coach. And oh, by the way, he just tied Brad Underwood and Brad Stevens for the most wins in the first 3 seasons as a Division I head coach with his 89th win.
He's 37 years old. He's 37 years old. I mean, just to think, this is sincerely just scratching the surface. How he gets this group. Just to be clear, I was able to watch them in their close practice. Will not divulge a word from it. But they took that game plan from exactly what he said and executed. That's elite coaching to get young ones, 18-year-olds, to say, absorb a game plan, digest it, go execute it. This guy he's A1 coach.
So now, as the celebration goes on, and by the way, there is some dancing going on out there right now. They are 18-year-olds. There is some hugging as well. It's time to select the player of the game, sponsored by Lowe's. Springfest is here at Lowe's with can't-miss savings. Pick up fresh finds for all your lawn care needs. Lowe's, they help you save. All right, go ahead, decide.
Con Knippel. And it's not because he was a leading scorer with 21 points, led all scorers, as a matter of fact. But because when Cooper didn't necessarily have it at points, when he was tired from defending, where he just wasn't knocking down shots at the efficient clip we've become accustomed to, they leaned, they tilted offensively to Con Knippel. Time and time again delivered. The edge, the intensity at which he plays with, how he is on the backboard, making the right read to find guys. I love watching this young man play. If Cooper Flagg wasn't on that team, he would have the nation's attention with his approach. He's that kind of good. He's definitely my player of the game. What a joy to watch.
Well, now, John Shire is going to join another exclusive group in Vic Bubas, Hubert Davis, Billy Donovan, Dick Harp, Bob Knight, Bones McKinney, and Dean Smith. Next week, he will become the 8th person to play in and to coach as a head coach in the Final Four. Duke wins it, punching their ticket to San Antonio tonight. 85-65 the final. When we return, we'll have more of the All-State postgame report. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
This season, it's not just madness on the hardwood, but outdoors in the yard, too. No matter what the challenge, Ego Outdoor Power Equipment delivers incredible power and performance. From yard work essentials like mowers, blowers, chainsaws, and trimmers to innovations such as portable power stations and cordless pressure washers. You can use the same battery to power over 90 tools. That's why Ego has over 200,000 5-star reviews and counting.
The tournament is here. March Madness is here. The craziness is here. Don't forget, hit that like button down below and share this link out so we can get more basketball fans here in the chat, hanging out with us, cheering on your favorite team.
Clayton steals it and lays it in. Clayton a good look. Hit 6.
Check out our new website, www.torontosportsinsider.com, and check out the link that is in the description as well as in the chat that shows where all of the live viewers are watching from. Are you an insider yet? Have you hit that subscribe button? I bet you have now. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for checking out our Bracket Mania campaign. A lot more coming up soon.
Step to the towel.
They're going to compete.
Gators just haven't been able to do so. Bernard Thompson with a three.
This is what a great scene this is.
Stunning, absolutely stunning.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Thanks for chatting it up and enjoying this March Madness live hangout with us.
In the ball game. He also had just 2 blocks, but ultimately changed many more shots than that. As John Shire holds up the regional championship trophy right now, as does the big guy, Kamen Mahuach, with a huge smile on his face. The freshman from South Sudan is certainly enjoying this moment. On the other side, Alabama held to 35% shooting, 8 out of 32 in three-point range after hitting 25 three-pointers here on Thursday night. They were led in this ball game by the freshman, LeBaron Philon, I should say. 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists on the night. 10 points each from Grant Nelson and Chris Youngblood. And the one that just jumps off the page at you, Mark Sears, was 2 for 12 from the floor. That was 6 points tonight for Alabama.
Incredible. They were not going to let him get looks beyond the arc, get a rhythm, take his temperature, start to feel himself a little bit. They were going to dare him to get to the rim and finish against flanked, which they knew there'd be a struggle. They're going to make him live in that mid-range area, and those will be contested too. He had no daylight, none this evening.
Duke is now going to appear in the Final Four for the 18th time, 3rd best all time behind North Carolina's 21 and UCLA's 19. They also have 21 wins this year by 20 points or more, most by a major conference team since 2000, 2001. And that was Duke then as well. I never thought we were going to end up seeing a 20-point game here tonight, but what Duke did was incredible.
Yeah, what Duke did here was incredible. How dominant this Duke team looked was absolutely incredible. And I think a massive statement for them heading to San Antonio was they were dominant tonight without a uber impressive game from Cooper Flagg. Not a bad game, but not a benchmark game. And that still they were so much further past this Bama team, which shows you they've got a lot of weapons, a lot of guys who can hurt you.
Well, Duke cleans up in the awards being handed out. The most outstanding player of the East region, no surprise, Cooper Flagg. Also, Con Knippel makes it onto that team, and Kamen Mahuach. Also, we ended up seeing Mark Sears placed on that team as well as part of the all-tournament team in the East region. And now, Duke has begun to climb the ladder. They're advancing to the Final Four, beating Alabama by a score of 85-65. As we look to our left, Coach John Shire and the Blue Devils team are climbing the Warner ladder and cutting down the nets. Warner, the official ladder of NCAA March Madness and the official ladder of construction professionals everywhere. Conquer new heights with Warner. It's always a great moment when you get an opportunity to see this, and oftentimes you see grizzled veterans doing this. This is a bunch of freshmen doing this.
You know, they say this a lot, and I think it's so true with this Duke team. They're already mature guys as freshmen, but at this point in the season, freshmen become sophomores. With Duke, these freshmen become fifth years. I mean, it's unbelievable, the composure that you mentioned and how they approach this thing. And we heard it from Coach Shire. He said, these guys certainly didn't look like 18-year-olds out there tonight. They're just playing with such a confidence and connectivity. Like Coach Shire said, this game is so difficult because it's two teams playing their best basketball. Duke is playing their best basketball with that level of talent. That's very scary.
It's very scary for anybody else who ends up in San Antonio. They're going to be a very hard team to beat. Partner, great working with you again for the second year in a row.
Scott, it was a ton of fun, man. You're a pro, easy to rock along with, man. And we had a ton of offense out here, didn't we?
A lot of points scored here in Newark.
Yes.
Those were all added up by our statistician Dave Freed, also for our engineer Sam Virgillo, and our terrific producer who spent way too much time with me. He needs a break. Larry Costigan. For Jordan Cordes, Scott Graham. Final score from Newark, 85-65. Duke advances to the Final Four. We return. We'll rejoin Jason Horowitz and Nick Bahe in the studio. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Lee Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-838-8822. That's 800-838-8822. 800-838-8822.
For a limited time at Verizon, you can get our best price ever. That's 4 lines on unlimited welcome for just $25 a line per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. You'll also get the new iPhone 16 Pro, 4 of them for the entire family when you trade in up to 4 phones from our top brands. That's a new phone for everyone, only on the network you can count on. Verizon. Visit a store today. 20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply for phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
This March Madness, Wendy's has a $1 JBC or double stack with in-app offer and purchase. So we're throwing the biggest watch party in the country and giving you the best seats to watch all the action. But just so you know, the seats are in a Wendy's. And the action is just staring at the $1 JBC or double stack in front of you. Also, you can bring a +1, if it's a burger. When it's gotta be fresh, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Participating Wendy's. Limit 1 JBC or double stack or qualifying item per offer with additional purchase. Wendy's app account registration required.
Duke and Florida, half the Final Four. Who's going to join them tomorrow between Houston, Tennessee, Michigan State, and Auburn? We find out tomorrow at 2:20 Eastern. But first, Jason Horowitz, Nick Bahe. We've got to relive what happened tonight. One great game, one blowout. Nick, we start with what we just listened to, and it's just the second time all year that Alabama was held under 70. The other was a much closer game against Ole Miss. This one tonight never really felt close.
No, it didn't. And that's the number one scoring offense in the country in Alabama, and they just got slowly, methodically choked out by Duke and their size in the half court defensively. It's interesting when you watch teams like Houston or maybe even Tennessee defend, or St. John's, it jumps off the screen at you because they're so disruptive and they're turning you over. That's like easy to sink your teeth into. That's not necessarily Duke. Now, they'll contest and block shots at the rim, but they're not super duper high in those categories. But what they do at a really high level. It's just hard to get good, clean looks on them because of their size and their intelligence in the half court defensively. I just thought that was a masterclass for 40 minutes against a really high-octane offense of half court defense from John Shire's group.
No question about it. Let's quickly relive what we just listened to. Alabama taking on Duke. Again, remember, Crimson Tide were coming off a game in which they went 25 of 51 from beyond the arc. Tournament records in both makes and attempts. And Duke was coming off a game in which it hit 100. And Cooper Flagg went for 30 and had historic nights. And, Cooper Flagg was missing some shots, but he was making some great plays in the first half, too.
Bylon driving into the lane. Kicks back out to Youngblood. Youngblood to the corner. Nelson got to let it go. He does. Got it on the rim, but that's it. And another rebound for Cooper Flagg. 2 bodies hit the floor at the other end. They're playing 4-on-4 at this end. Flagg driving, spins into the lane, banks it home. And Alabama's going to call for a timeout as Duke now has their largest lead of the game.
35-22. They'd be up by 9 at the half, 46-37. And that with Alabama really struggling from beyond the arc. They needed some defensive stops early in the second half. It looked like they'd get a couple.
Ball down to Flagg. He drives. His dunk is blocked. Oh, my. Wow. Grant Nelson went up and blocked the dunk from Flagg. Here comes Alabama. Sears with a 3 from the right corner. That's a big moment in this ball game. Alabama back within 7.
It felt like it would be a big moment in the ball game. But Mark Sears, coming off a 34-point, 10-made-3 performance, had 6 in his final game in college, was 2 of 12. And Alabama in the second half never got closer than 6. And we got to hear a lot of plays like this over the course of the last couple weeks.
7:07 left to play. And Flagg deliberately walks it across half court for the Blue Devils. They've been running each possession like this. Flagg waiting for cutters. There's one Proctor on the left side from the left wing. Lost the ball, or did he? Was it a left-handed shovel pass down low? Monowatch picks it up and dunks it home. 69-58.
The alley-oop to the 7'2" man. That wasn't an alley-oop, but that has become, and it was, a massive play for Duke all year long. He had 14. Time to just finish him off with the Wrangler highlight of the game.
Sears working on Flagg. They come for a double team. And now Duke is playing keep away. Far side of the floor, Proctor's got it. Still with the dribble alive. Back to Flagg. Shot clock down to 10. And Flagg lost his footing, but dribbled his way right back up again. Spinning now to the lane. Shot up and good. Cooper Flagg sends Duke to the 11-0 run. 76-58.
Ball game. Highlight of the game. Sponsored by Wrangler. Here's to the early risers, the go-getters. Shop Wrangler.com for new denim styles to kickstart your day. Wrangler for the ride of life. Duke, a 20-point win against Alabama. And, Nick, I think Jordan Cornette summed it great. We all talk about Cooper Flagg. Con Knippel could have been at any university in this country. And Malawach is 7'2" with just unbelievable wingspan that affects every shot. And Proctor, we forget that Proctor was 13 of 16 from 3 in their first 2 games to get here.
I know. That's right. Now, Cooper Flagg is a generational talent. But 2 things can be true at once. That statement can be true. It can also be true that the rest of those Blue Devils are really good. I mean, even think about bringing in a guy like Mason Gillis off the bench, who was a pretty big role player for Purdue's team that went to the national championship game a year ago. He's just a piece they bring off the bench. And so Duke is far from just a one-man band. Although that one man is big time, the rest of those guys are really good. And Con Knippel, I thought, was the best player on the floor tonight. He was outstanding. And Malawach's consistency in terms of being able to defend the rim and score at the rim and be just an elite lob threat in terms of catching and dunking is really, really impressive.
All right, what I'm about to say is a little niche because in order to do this in the Elite 8 or later, your team has to go really far, which means be really good. But Con Knippel tonight, 21 points, 5 boards, 5 assists. He is just the 4th freshman ever with 20 points, 5 boards, 5 assists in a win in the Elite 8 or the Final 4. The other 3, Carmelo Anthony, Derrick Rose, and Kemba Walker.
Whoa.
That's the list that Con Knippel just joined tonight with his performance. All right, give me your coaching move of the day, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Nick, what's your smart coaching move of the day?
John Shire, just put yourself in his shoes as he's game planning this thing. You got a guy in Mark Sears that just went off for 34 points, hit 10 threes. He also has scored 226 tournament points. That's 3rd most all-time in the SEC. You need to stop this guy. And he did a nice job of implementing a game plan where his team went over ball screens, and when they did switch any screens, they switched up into the ball, taking away the three-point shot, and they forced Mark Sears into the paint at the rim where he had to finish over the tallest team in the country, most notably Malawach at the rim. John Shire got his guys to stay disciplined and execute a plan. 34 points, 10 made threes for Sears against BYU. Tonight, 2 for 12 from the floor, 1 made 3, and 6 points. That is game planning, executing. That's John Shire. That's the coaching move of the game.
In a state where Duke has never lost in the tournament, they are now 12-0 all-time in New Jersey. And John Shire is set to be the 8th person to play and coach in a Final Four, and just the 3rd for the same school. Hubert Davis accomplished that 3 years ago at North Carolina, and Dick Harp as well. So that's how the East was won, how the West was come back from that. You can't end in a preposition, but you get the point. We'll do that on the other side. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the Men's Basketball Tournament.
when it feels like the world has stopped, good finds a way. Good is happening, even now. Good connects us, even when we can't get close. Good never stops, and neither does Children International. With support from caring friends, we help provide children and families with the critical essentials they need. Essentials like food assistance, hygiene education, medical help, and financial support. To learn more, go to children.org/help today. Together, we can help end poverty for good.
In 2007, Marine First Lieutenant Travis Manion was killed in Iraq after saving his wounded teammates. Travis's legacy lives on through the 5 words he spoke before leaving for his final deployment. If not me, then who? Words that today fuel the spirit of Travis Manion Foundation. Words that live in veterans, families of the fallen, and inspired civilians who go out of their way to find a way, who help others with the help of others, who bounce back after each setback, who make good on good intentions. Through Travis Manion Foundation, if not me, then who, are words that can live in you too. Show the world what your character is made of, because character is invisible until it's not. Find out how you can strengthen the character of your community alongside empowered veterans, families of the fallen, and inspired civilians at travismanion.org. That's travismanion.org.
Jason Horwitz, Nick Bahe, happy to have you back with us here in our Westwood One studios. Duke tonight, 85-65, really throttling Alabama to get to San Antonio. Let's start with the earlier game tonight. Florida taking on Texas Tech, a Gators team looking for the Final Four for the first time in 11 years. Red Raiders, their first would be in 6, their second in school history. And remember, Texas Tech coming off a 16-point comeback and a win in overtime over Arkansas. Massive emotions. 3-point game at the half. Florida has up 40-37, but those emotions swung to the Red Raiders locker room early in the second half.
Richard back to Condon. Dribbles down to the left block. Toppin reached in. Poked it away. Ball loose. Williams comes out of there with the steal. Handed back to Toppin. Now over to Hawkins. Texas Tech with the ball in a tie game at 42 apiece.
Another Gator turnover.
Hawkins yo-yos that dribble out near midcourt. Grant McCaslin directing traffic. Hawkins dribbling left. Whips it past to Williams. Right wing. 3 is up. And in! Darian Williams gives Texas Tech a 45-42 lead.
A lead they would not get rid of for a while. The question was just how much could they push that lead?
Williams trying to back his way in against Hout. Williams into the paint. Turns. Another right-handed jump hook. Banked it in! 21 for Darian Williams. 63-57 Red Raiders. 8:45 remaining on the clock.
They would push that lead to 10 with 6:18 to go. And Texas Tech would still lead by 9 as they crossed into the final 3 minutes of the second half. Florida in desperation mode. Todd Golden started fouling to force Texas Tech to make 1-and-1s. They would miss the front end multiple times. And all of a sudden, the guy who bailed out Florida against UConn 2 rounds ago was at it again.
Here's Houck above the left elbow. Get it back to Clayton. Back up top to Houck. Houck stops. Thought about the 3. Toss it back out Clayton. Clayton dribbling over on the left wing. Matched against Darian Williams. He'll jump the 3 for the tie. It's good! Knotted up. 75 apiece. 1:45 to go. 9-0 Gator run.
Get more from Clayton in a second. Darian Williams would give Texas Tech the lead back, though, at 77-75. But if you're going to have a special player and he's going to have a March moment, the special player is about to do something special with the play of the day, sponsored by Old Spice. It's taking places beyond your pits. Old Spice has you covered with total body deodorant. 24/7 freshness from pits to toes with daily use.
Clayton will lob it to Houck above the left elbow. Houck backdoor to Clayton. Makes the catch inside. Has the dribble out of trouble in the paint. Backs up, turns, fires a 3 from the top. It's good! He did it again! Clayton's got 28. Florida leads by 1. What a shot by Walter Clayton.
He had a layup. He dribbled out and shot a three.
Inside a minute to go. Texas Tech ball down 1.
Williams missed a 3. Elijah Martin hit a couple of free throws. Texas Tech had a 3 and an open look. Williams missed. And Florida is doing something special.
Williams throws the baseball pass. It is intercepted by Condon, and it's a great day to be a Florida Gator. For the 6th time in school history, the first since 2014, the Florida Gators are going to the Final Four. Florida 84, Texas Tech 79, and the Gators go to San Antonio.
Well, the average age of the coaches at this point going to San Antonio is 38. Shire, Todd Golden, who is 39. He probably got a few extra gray hairs and maybe lost a couple of years in that 3 minutes, but he got them back at the end.
I didn't feel like we were without hope. I felt like our guys still felt like we had a shot, but understood that we didn't have that much time, and we had to pick it up and make sure we got every block out, make sure we got every 50-50 ball, obviously step up and make some big shots. In those moments, even though you're down 9, you feel about as good as you can, being in that situation, and incredibly proud of the way our guys stepped up and found a way to win this game.
On the other side, Grant McCaslin, whose journey to be the head coach at Texas Tech, now in his 2nd year. You're talking Midland College, Midwestern State, a year at Arkansas State, built something in North Texas, and he had Texas Tech on the doorstep, but they just couldn't hold it.
I did think we got fatigued late, like that last 5 minutes. We didn't quite keep 2 on him. We lost him twice, but his motor's real, and his ability to get a shot off is and that's a great Florida team. And I do want to give them a ton of credit because they had a good plan for the last 5 minutes, and I didn't do a good enough job of keeping the ball out of Clayton's hands, and I didn't do a good enough job of getting our guys in the right position offensively so that we could finish the game and win it.
Edward Scissorhands might not have been able to keep the ball out of Walter Clayton's hands, Nick. I mean, 13 points over the last 5.5 minutes, 22 of his 30 in the second half.
And his demeanor is the same no matter what. First minute to the 40th minute, he is unflappable. And he was incredible in the second half down the stretch in crunch time. And it's the second time he's saved Florida's bacon in this tournament. 13 points in the final 8 minutes to beat UConn when they were on the ropes, and then 8 points in the final 2.5 minutes in this contest today. And sometimes a game can be a very complex and a lot of nuances, and there are some to get into here, but ultimately what this came down to was Walter Clayton Jr. just went to a whole nother level and was able to elevate his group past Texas Tech. I will say this, Jason, too. When it was 75-69 and Todd Golden made the decisions to foul, there are times where you trust your defense, and I think Todd Golden knew that his defense wasn't really rolling and he needed to do something different. And fouling your opponent when they have to shoot a 1-and-1 is way different than when you have 2 shots. The pressure is different. And add to it the pressure of going to the Final Four. So I think it was a pretty bold move, a calculated move. It paid off for him. It swung the momentum of the game. Florida exploded from 3. Florida's cutting down nets, and they're going to the Final Four.
Well, Walter Clayton exploded from 3, and he's our Ego Power Player of the Day. Sponsored by Ego, tools that deliver or exceed the power and performance of gas without the noise, fuss, and fumes. For any outdoor challenge, count on Ego tools to deliver the power, performance, and innovation you need. Ego Power beyond belief. Walter Clayton Jr., by the way, 89 points in this tournament. He is now just 7 away from Joakim Noah in 2006. Not 2007, but the first of the back-to-back for the most points ever scored by a Florida Gator in a tournament. And barring something completely unforeseen against either Michigan State or Auburn, he will break that record in San Antonio next Saturday night. All right, we check the tournament summary, sponsored by Marriott Bonvoy. Take your game day rituals on the road with Marriott Bonvoy. Over 30 hotel brands for every kind of fan. Explore more at MarriottBonvoy.com/NCAA. So you got 2 1 seeds. The Gators in their 6th ever. Duke in its 18th ever Final Four. 3rd most all time, behind only the 21 from North Carolina and the 19 UCLA. They have been in a Final Four together once. It was the Gators' first back in 1994. Arkansas won the whole thing, beating Duke to win